Because we're live.
Outer Haven?
Assemble! Dun, 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 dun.
I wasn't sure if you're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? So we're on chapter 858 for One Piece. I myself haven't read it yet, so I'm gonna kind of read it as we go throughout the stream. Out loud though for like the first 5 minutes or so. So if you guys want to comment on it, I'm not gonna be reading the comments, so like go crazy if you want. And then for the rest of us, just trying to spoil anything for the rest of the chapter, unless it's on that page. And then at the end of it, we can go second talk about everything. And the Heavens, I believe, is going to be joining us pretty damn soon, so you should see them joining soon. So anyways, I'm on the front cover right now. So we got monkeys versus bisons for One Piece. It says you lost, you didn't win. And then you literally see the best, the monster trio on one side, and then they just, for some reason, Chopper and Frankie by themselves with the bison on the other side.
It sound like Michael Jordan, the
Oh, wait.
ceiling roof.
Is that Usopp in the back left, actually? I can't even tell.
I think it is.
I think that might be Robin.
No, sorry, like the front back left. Or I'd say the center.
Oh, okay.
The center. You're right. It's probably on the other side though. I didn't see them. Okay. So first page, we got whole Cake Chateau, 8th floor kitchen. So goddamn, that castle's big. I thought there was only like 4 floors. Easygoing, fluffy. Life don't exist anywhere in the world. I almost want Steve-O to read this part because it's in the song. Wedding cake creation, the finale. Okay, so. Oh wait, is that Kekere? No, it can't be. Strusen. Big Mom Power's head cooking chief, gourmet knight. So, real quick side note: do you guys think that the gourmet knights are like a class of people?
Uh,
Cause, like,
I think
know
so,
lots of about like
'cause-
Toriko, about like how they like the head chefs and shit like that.
Yeah, so I reckon Big Mom would rate the chefs quite highly, and it would have to be like quite strong, to be honest. Not like I probably think the minister level or something. So
Yeah, I feel this guy's gonna be like, I would assume this guy like is pretty OP, like not too OP, only because like he's the head chef, he's a knight, his cracker is a knight. I don't know. I see this dude's got a clock, and it looks like it's 1:45, and I think what it was like 5 o'clock the wedding starts, so
yeah.
soon. A hard knock life, the taste of tears is a little salt and the tears of regret, 1 tablespoon. So then for your cake, and you just see like slaves in the background, like just doing a dance song for him. Why don't we just go with a sweet one? Cooking chief. He's just crying. An easygoing fluffy. Whole Cake Island, East Bay. Stop it, Pekoms. You gotta stay still for a while longer. Fucking holy shit, he's fucked up. Gao. Did Jinbei manage to report to Mama about that beige brat? And then you see Aladdin, so okay, so this is literally like 100% confirms for people that like were questioning it that Aladdin probably did save Pekoms. Of course, that bastard is probably getting a thorough thrashing from Mama right about now. Gao probably isn't gonna cut it. I've got no choice but to make sure of this myself. Now, sha. You've got to stay put, Pekoms. But Praline, what if by some chance his attempt to report gets stopped and in the event that something like that happens, you'd be even less able to help Jinbei. Let him do his thing. You're just going to get hurt again with the condition you're in. Stay put. That's right, Pekoms. As ship doctor, I forbid you from moving. Have we seen? I feel like we've seen the guy in the bottom right, but I don't know about the rest of these people for his crew.
Yeah, like
So I'm guessing
I don't know
this
if
is, like,
I was under the wrong idea, but I thought Aladdin was the ship's doctor. But
that's
I'm
what, I
probably
swear
wrong.
that's what I was thinking too.
That's what I always thought.
Yeah,
As I say, multiple doctors. Who knows? I don't know. Who
yeah.
knows? Maybe yeah. I don't know. You better stay laying down right there. The guy in the bottom right. I'm sorry. The guy in the bottom right looks so like sick. I feel like he's the over the crew. Guys, there's definitely something weird going on. It seems the bay was rustling all through the night. I saw people carrying packages. So I'm assuming that's like the presents and cargo all over the place. I'm grateful to you all for saving me, but I've got to go. Wait, we can't let you. What do you mean you can't let me go? What in the world are you lot hiding? So they clearly know what's going on, and like obviously Jinbei wants Luffy to succeed more than he wants Big Mom to.
Yeah,
And then okay, so next page we got Jinbei saying Luffy Sanji, Bege's hideout is in the northwest part of the island. We'll head there ahead of you all using the mirrors. Let's meet up there. Fire Tank Pirates hideout. We're here. This is Bege's hideout. Wait, what kind of guy is Bege? Just think of him as a mafia boss. 4 hours 15. Okay, yeah. So 4 hours 15 minutes till the tea party begins. So then this looks like, I'm guessing, is this a part of her main castle? Do you think, or this is his own castle?
That's
Like
his
the-
own castle.
Like I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that part of Bege. I'm saying like the part behind it. Like, do you think that like do you think those are two separate castles, or do you think that's like one giant castle? That
It's
makes
two
sense?
separate ones, I think. I think she has her own
Yeah,
one.
it
and
has to be
he his.
because of the
That's
frosting. Yeah.
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 The one
Yeah,
by
it's his. It's
I
his.
think that's the chateau.
Shit.
Shut up.
Well, the frosting is hers, so it could be like beneath
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if that was like a decoration piece, right? Anyways, so next page. So we got Vito fucking coming up. Well, my hero, the Germa, Vinsmoke Sanji. You, huh? Oi, where's everyone else? Are you Bege? Luffy. It's always funny because Luffy literally forgets everyone. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's seen Component.
I don't think he saw
actually-
him on
No,
Archipelago.
yeah, you might be right because
He didn't.
they were all in the restaurant, weren't they? With like
Yeah.
Hawkins, I believe, and Bonnie.
Jewelry Bunny. Yeah.
I'm glad we could meet again, Nero. Goddamn that laugh. Don't get your britches in a twist, boy. The others are hero. I can't tell what that Rero is supposed to mean, damn it. What? Luffy, Sanji, Chopper. Oh my god. Chopper's got no hat.
Yeah.
You guys should go take a bath too. This ain't the time to be lounging about. We're in a hurry here, and I thought you hated bath. Nope, you guys gotta go, Rero. Father will not meet with you if you are dirty. I'll laugh if they do some like sketchy shit with the bath.
Yeah. But I found it really funny. I didn't realize that was Chopper, to be honest. Like I was like,
Uh-huh.
what? They got a little reindeer as well. What?
Yeah.
About that forehead though, like
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got like a little a tiny
Chopper.
mullet. He's got like a little mullet going on.
Inside Bege's hideout, ladies' bath. Oh well, here comes the fan service. Well, Lola became a warthog zombie, so that's why she was chasing the man up for dreams. Yep, there's zombie. Aha, that's just Lola. That's just like Lola. Back then, and just earlier, in the haunted forest, if I hadn't run into Lola, I have no idea what would have even happened to me. Like, and that's Chief Fawn, if I remember correctly. I guess that's true, but you all just saved my little sister. Thank you. I'm so happy I'm crying. The two of us have always been like two halves of the same person. We're twins, too. Oh my god, theory. No. I can't believe a dead person was able to move around. The ocean really is a wonderland, and it looks like Lola managed to become a human again, huh? But there goes Nikki's carrot fan service he's been asking for.
I had never asked for any character service.
yeah. I mean, like,
It's
I remember
only
that.
Nami
Ross, you
and
remember that,
Robin.
Ross? I remember that, Ross.
Oh
The-
yeah,
the-
don't talk to the old man. He doesn't know what's going on.
the furry fan base just got a nice boost in merchandise.
Yeah.
She's probably having a blast as a pirate these days, right? And the fucking garbage baby that she just drowned in the bathtub. Did she manage to find
That's what I said.
did she manage to find a husband? Well, Big Mom's anger is a bit terrifying, and there's a small matter of her running away from her wedding. If we better get fucking info from this fucking wedding. Yeah, that was a pretty big incident. There's a reason why all the giants in the world hate Mama. Oh, here comes please. Huh? The giants? I mean, despite the fact that Totland is supposed to be a place where all races can live, there isn't a single giant here. Man, it's almost like almost everyone knew that, except for someone. Giants, so they really exist. Wait, Kagakari might be a giant, guys, though. One day, a certain person saw Lola and fell in love at first sight, and decided to seek her hand in marriage. Oh, dude, this is... Oh. And that was, of all, Loki, the prince of the giant kingdom Elbaf. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah. I immediately thought you first when I read that. I was like,
Bro, the fact, real quick, I'm going on a side tangent, I'll make it real quick. The fact that, like, me and Dan have always been saying, bro, that, like, not only was he gonna, like, Usopp was eventually gonna go on Elbaf, that's gonna be his arc, and he's gonna fight the future, like, contender to be, like, Elbaf king, right? But the fact his name's Loki literally confirms it, because Loki's a trickster.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah. Prince, wow.
Captain
Mom-
took a W.
Yeah. And we see them in the background. Bro, I feel like this dude's gonna be such a fucking troll when we see him, though. Only because, like, how the fuck do you look at, like, Lola and like, yeah, like, you know, of all people.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yo, Dan, Bruce.
Oh, you're sick.
Yo, you are a sicko, bro. You're
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, God. Mama was almost crying with joy. If Lola became the princess of Elbaf, the long-festering feud with the giants would be a thing of the past. I have a feeling we're not going to know shit about that. And we'd get access to the strongest country in the world and its famed army. So, Dan, real quick. So,
I know. They're the best. I know, dude.
but
We'll
wait, I
talk
wanna
about it
say
later.
out loud. Okay,
We'll
fine.
talk about it later.
I see, and she ended up running away from that wedding, huh? It gets worse. They tried to marry me off at Lola's place. Okay, so like, I'm glad they actually did that because it does make mom, like Big Mom, like that too retarded. But I found out that I wasn't Lola. How the fuck do you find out? And while our relationship with the Giants got even worse, watched Loki. They have like some like fucking Mirage's powers, some weird shit like that. After all that, Mama essentially gave up on making any real giants her allies and instead started to invest in methods of artificially enlarging regular people. But why would she do that? Her anger at Lola has only increased since. At this point, she's considered a criminal in this land. If she came back, she'd be killed. I feel like she's gonna come back now. Also, because I look just like Lola, she doesn't like me very much either. How dare you show that face before me? Every time we met, I was beaten black and blue for years.
That's not funny.
It kind of is, yeah.
Being black and blue for years, my wounds didn't even heal. God damn. I thought I was gonna be killed by my own parent. They're really going super sick in the fan service. I don't think of that monster as my mother anymore. Lola's a happy-go-lucky type, so I doubt she even thinks her own mom is out to kill her. But, foo-foo, I see. Now it all makes sense. When Bege said that he was planning on killing Mama, I didn't feel a thing. Yep. So real quick, like we'll go about more later, but like this should show people that like Big Mom's crew, for the most part, seem to be like one side that likes her and like will do almost anything for her, and then the other side that like completely hates her. But even the side that likes her fears her, and like I feel like they don't care if she would die. I don't know. You may think of me as a horrible, heartless creature, but that's the truth. Oh, Brook. Will Brook get his fucking after sauna like milk? My, what a
Bro, look at it.
Wait, look at what?
No, just keep reading.
Oh,
Yeah.
paradise, just paradise. I almost can't leave. Why are you acting like you just made it through some fierce battle? Tan it up a little, Brook. Yeah. Shit, Brook. All you do is fucking solo Big Mom. We've still got the real stuff to go. Oh, here it is. Our refrigerator, there's milk in here. Oi, don't rummage through another person's refrigerator without permission, damn it. Oh, dude, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking lose it if he gets his tooth back from this milk. Perfect, I lost a tooth somewhere along the way, and I got my face cracked. Milk. Yep, all better.
It's hard to call that in when he said that.
Not even surprised.
Like, all right, good, okay.
At least he gets his tooth
Keep
back.
going.
No, I know. Now they don't
Colors
have to
of
tell
your
Zoro.
bodies.
You know.
Yeah.
What are they saying? Okay, we get the clock again. Why are all the other clocks like super fucked up? I don't get it. Anyways, I won't forgive you for this, chiffon, you bloody kid. What? Oh. 3 hours, 30 minutes left till the tea party begins. So we just skipped like a random ass hour of them bathing or what the hell? With the top of the plan. I can't believe you joined hands with someone trying to kill Mama. Lady Chiffon, please rethink your course of action trying to assassinate Mama. So is Diesel just not a son or what the hell? Is all but possible. Brule, you know exactly what Mama did to me, don't you? Lola's life is in danger too. Bege and Pez are my only family now. They're all I need. Alright, looks like everyone's here. I trust you lot managed to clean yourselves up a little. Clothes make the man, they say. I've no interest in talking to fools who can't even present themselves properly. Now then, we've got... Oh, what the hell? Sorry, we've got 3 hours and 30 minutes. Let's get down to it. First things first. Do we join hands or not? As far as me and mine are concerned, you lot are a big pain in the ass. Offering you all here would save me some sweet sweat off my back. Can't reach for shit. I like that panel, dude. Fucking mafia. Well,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's Caesar, guys. If I die, your chances of assassinating Big Mom drop to 0. The whole ceremony itself will be called off after all. If I don't make it back at least 2 hours before the party starts, yeah, here we go. People are going to start getting suspicious. Yeah, as much as I hate to admit you're right, I definitely can't kill you. We don't have time to, glower and smolder at each other. Luffy, what does your instinct tell you? Feel like joining up with these guys? Okay, yep, he's Caesar. You're Caesar, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. What, Caesar? Where? How are you just realizing now? Oh my
Chopper,
god.
oh my days. I love Chopper and
If
Luffy.
only we all knew someone that said that wasn't Caesar.
Yeah.
Dan. He's right there. No, not Dan. I'm saying like Dan and me know who we're talking about. Right, Dan?
Yeah.
He's right there, for crying out loud. Caesar clowned. Whoa. I'm working, I promise. Just tell Big Mom that, please. They handed me this. When I took over the task of keeping an eye on you. Oh, weird. The guy in charge of security when Paris Sparrow leaves gets to watch over Caesar. Ooh, weird. I'm being an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm a trustworthy rook now. I'll let you loose, but only if you lend me your power. You imbecile, you know with whom you speak, and still you choose to adopt such a tone. If I so wish, I could end the very world itself. Yeah, I'm the genius scientist Caesar Clown. World breaker confirmed. Straw Hat's coming here. Give me a bloody break, please. That lot is the last group of people I ever want to see again. Caesar, no, I am Bege's brother. Gangster Casino. Yeah. Do you understand? Please, Gangster Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that reminds me of something from like Borderlands, where they have to cover it up. Shiroro even laughed. He's even laughed the same way. He isn't even trying to hide it. The best part is, I guarantee you, in the next page, Luffy's literally gonna be like, "Oh, okay. Like, what the hell is Casino? Oh, must have gotten you confused for someone else. My bad. No, you're actually right for once. That's Caesar. Come on. So it really was you, huh? What the heck are you doing here? You think I want to be here, you utter dolt. Because of you idiots, I got handed over to Big Mom. I was about to say goodbye to this world, but then this guy got a hold of my heart and is now using it to order me around. And that damn Trafalgar Law. Tell Law that if I ever see him again, I'll end him right then and there, and you too, if I can get the chance. Enough of all that. We don't have time for this. Straw Hat, shall we join hands or no? Fine, but first, let me punch you once for shooting Peck.
Here we go.
This is how they gotta do it. He's trying. So, wait, Luffy, what's the point of that? But he shot my friend. Yep. I won't let people talk that way to father. Stop that, Gotti. I don't care. Go ahead, bro. Caesar the best. He's gonna take a King Kong punch. Watch this big. Yeah, let me go gear 4 real quick. That's right. Kick these boars out of here. Do you like Big Mom? No, I hate her. And that's what we call an allied army. You can all kill each other later. But if you join hands here and now, each of you has something to gain out of it. So what's our plan gonna be? I've already got a perfect one all thought up. Just hurry and get this over with so I can finally get rid of you cursed idiots. 3 hours and 20 minutes till the party starts. Yeah.
That's it.
Bro, the fucking mafia suits.
Yeah. I think my favorite one's Pedro's. I don't know why. I just like, look, Pedro's got some swag on him.
No, I saw it right away. That's why I was like, who's that?
Yeah.
Good.
Guys just rocking some Armani.
He was always swaggy, dude. Always.
Yeah.
Clearly, guys, we did get confirmation that that wasn't Caesar Clown, so a third person is
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Real quick, real quick, how does anyone think that it wasn't Caesar? Like, realistically speaking, like
I don't know.
man. That doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, like the only
Why?
thing logic would say is the stupid horns, like them being missing, and like I don't even
No,
know.
it's
Like
like,
even
look at
then,
his
it's
hair.
like
Like they're probably honestly, it's probably just covering it up, to be quite honest. But just in general, like if you look at the last chapter, right? Like at the very last page, he's literally looking kind of like nervous, like he doesn't belong there, basically. Like he doesn't look like a tough guy like the rest of them. He's literally looks like he's scared. And then literally right away, we see on this chapter that like clearly it's him. I don't know. I hate when people do that shit. What do you think, Dan?
Kids are retarded, man.
I don't think it makes sense.
No better way to say it, then.
Yeah, but nah. So
For saying it wasn't Caesar.
what?
You can't hate me for saying it wasn't Caesar.
Wait, did you say that?
We don't hate him.
We don't hate you, Sibo. I'm gonna help you. We don't hate you.
Yeah.
No.
Did you say it wasn't Caesar?
Listen, it made perfect sense for it to not be Caesar.
No, it didn't, Sibo.
Because of the fact that Big Mom stated specifically that her dream is to have giants so she can look eye level with her children around the table while they eat
What she
dinner.
needed
But
him for,
and she said
right?
that Caesar is the only way to achieve that dream. So why,
Correct.
of all things, would you let that slip through your fingers?
Because in her mind, honestly, there's two ways here. Me and Dan were talking about this last night. First of all, we just already know that Capone was put in charge of security. And whenever Oda says something, no matter how small it may seem, it's always there for a reason. And he was saying, okay, so there's this guy who looks like Caesar who's with Capone, right? And Capone is in charge of security. We know now, if you look back, that Perospero had to leave. So besides Perospero, he would have had to put someone else in charge, and at the time, that would have been Capone. Now we can assume that like Big Mom doesn't know what's going on, which me and Dan talked about, and like I'm on the fence about. Like I want Big Mom to know everything that's going on. That's how it should be because
She should know everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Every
I
little
agree.
Yeah. And like Oda's portrayed it as like, okay, Big Mom's got the best network, like she knows everything that's going on. She's on her own, like outside of her own island. So when you're on your own island, you should literally know every
Yeah, you
single
literally
detail.
home field advantage.
Yeah. And so my thing with like the Caesar thing, bro, is like, it's just like, how is Oda gonna realistically put someone like that? Like, you know.
So okay, quick
just-
question.
Yeah.
With all that in mind, why was it so crazy for us?
It's like,
it wasn't Caesar.
to me, like this is my thing. There's a possibility, like going realistically without like really knowing Oda. Okay, there's a possibility that he's gonna troll the fuck out of us and like, yo guys, I'm gonna make
That's
all these
really
things like
not Caesar.
Yeah. And like there's a chance, but like with you put everything together, it made like it's more like a 9 out of 10 times that was gonna be Caesar in my mind. So it's like if I were to bet on it, it had to be Caesar. And I don't know, like I was all down for the cause of it being Caesar. That's my mindset. And now Dan was the same way. It's like it had to be because of everything that we've seen so far. Because they need to eventually get Caesar. Otherwise, they would have to split up into teams, which is possible. They just split up into teams, go and fucking get Caesar. You know, like all this other shit. And like realistically, going back to like how much time we should have left in this arc, I don't see Oda like drawing it out. Like he's gonna try to make it like quick and like concise and like end it as quick as he can. I feel like, while still like making it like seem to make sense. Anything you guys want to specifically talk about? Because I want to talk about the Elbaf, bro. Like,
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
Do you
So,
think?
like, is there anything else you guys want to talk about for that? Oh yeah, go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
No, it's just do you think? Talk about it.
No, but before that, real quick though, Billy Ball was saying in the chat, like to kind of like show like the defensive tank that Capone is. You know, when Luffy was saying he's going to hit him, you know, like Capone was saying like I don't care, go ahead. So he's confident enough that he can take a punch from Luffy.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Anyone that thinks like Capone, like I don't care. Like, I get it. He's a strategist, but bro, there's only
He's not
so far.
weak.
Yeah, there's only so far you can go with strategy and shit like that, bro. Like even like going reference to Kingdom because that's the best thing I can think of right now. Is there are people who are really good at strategy, but they could still somewhat like hold their own. You know what I mean? Like for instance, like you know, I'm talking about in the first fight with DK, right?
Yeah.
And then like the other guy who was a huge strategist, but he's still like decently for a while he held his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't winning, but he could still do his thing. And like if there's anyone that realistic thinks that like you know, even like a Kong gun is gonna one shot Capone, like stop reading manga, please. Like the supernova's not gonna get one shot by another supernova like right away, bro. Like, that's not how that would go down. And like going back to like the castle that like Laws was saying is like this dude's a fucking castle. Like, you know, like castles are meant to be like impregnable, like and you know not get hurt. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say in regards to before we touch on to the Elbaf stuff, I kind of have an idea of what might be in those packages that were being lurked into the nights. Right?
So
What are you thinking?
do you think it's the people?
I think this is the way I see it happening, and this would probably prove like how insane of a character in terms of like the Delphic awakening for Capone, because we know like of course he has like the castle stuff going, right? And if I had to compare it to anything, like I would say the comparison to maybe to Basil Hawkins, you know, with his voodoos, right? Because what I think is inside those boxes are possibly like in like I put quotations like castle cakes, and he's really like offering like desserts in a way to Big Mom. It's kind of look like a peace offering, whatever. And inside of those castles, right? Remember, he can store people inside those castles. So if his thing has a certain limit or doesn't have a limit, he can store people within inside there. So my two ideas is like either he has like assassins in there, or he's possibly hiding like some giants inside to use it at the wedding. To kind of like, because like if you think like how like the red wedding, like the big thing about it, right? To get as close to your enemy, right? I think using the cakes as like a form of like a disguise in the shape of a castle allow them to come out and then be able to like cause a distraction at the wedding.
Yeah, like I would love if like kind of like what you're saying with the people. I'd love like one or two things. So first of all, again, me and Dad were talking about last night is we feel like that Capone, because he was an underground broker, should have other underground weapons maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be weapons for the boxes personally.
Yeah.
Like he's preparing, bringing stuff in now, because like
Yeah,
it might be weapons because he
dynamite.
probably wants to nerf Big Mom before they fight her.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And like I could see it, like being like it'd be funny if like
that's
dude,
just me.
if he made her eat like sea stone or something crazy like that. But no, like, and then something else is like going off what Law says. Like, I thought like when I saw packages, secretly still hope it's buggy, but
Oh my
like,
god, yes.
but
Yeah.
I could see it being something like the underground brokers who have dealings with Capone that are gonna like like pretend to still be on Big Mom's side, but then obviously like go and help Capone. So they like again going off like could be hiding in the packages themselves or something crazy like that. But the one thing people do have to remember is the Straw Hats themselves and Law are actually hated by the underground brokers because they took that building, because they took Caesar.
Yeah.
So even if they're gonna team up, like unless Capone really says you cannot touch them, like until at least the end, like okay. But like there's gonna be probably one or two people I feel like they're gonna look at Luffy. And I'll laugh because again, going to the underground brokers, you guys remember the two brothers with like the cowboy hats that were on the Intel cover? It would be funny if they somehow just remembered Luffy as a child and like fuck this guy. Like I don't care what's going on. Like we're gonna fight him. But I kind of doubt it's gonna get like too crazy. But no, like I hope we see like some like shenanigans with Capone because that's how I imagine his character being. Like I imagine his character being like, I'm not gonna fight Big Mom, like Dan said, until she's nerfed to the point where like now we can actually beat her or something like that in their mind. Which again, I still don't think should even be possible to beat her. But like.
But I think that's just the plan,
Yeah, like that's his plan. Like their plan is to beat her, but realistically, like they don't.
Shouldn't happen.
Yeah, they don't. Thing is, Capone in his mind needs to beat her, where Luffy does not. Like what I mean, for the win to like fail. So it's kind of like whose plan's gonna succeed, which I don't. Capone's is. We'll see though. I want Capone's plan to succeed, but I do want Big Mom at the end of it. Like, yeah, I saw everything coming from like miles away. Like my
That
plan
has
should
to happen, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I see somebody named Kaiser D. Kaido. He said with the underestimation of Big Mom, she could double cross Capone if she bring Capone's rivals / enemies from the
Oh yeah, that's
Well,
big.
but
That's not gonna happen.
yeah,
I think
it wouldn't
those
surprise me at all.
I think those people are actually going to be with Capone.
JJ.
I know I've said this like maybe 10 times already, but I think they're going to be with Capone because it doesn't make sense to me that Jinbei knows who's coming to the wedding, but Capone wouldn't know, because if Capone does know, why formulate this entire plan around the wedding with these people that are going to be in your way?
Well, I think this too is like you said, like like Dan me going back to saying Dan and me, but like we were talking about a lot last night. Is like we felt like that there could be like two sides like of the underground brokers, like some that do hate Capone like with a passion, but some that like are all down for the cause to take down Big Mom. But at the end of the day, like if you're an underground broker and that plan seems reasonable enough, we're like, okay, maybe we can get away with actually killing a Yonko because she seemingly owns a decent chunk of the underground market, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, okay, even if we fucking hate you, Capone, like this is too big.
This is our chance.
Yeah, this is our chance to get what we want. So we'll team up with you.
But I was gonna ask, guys, what do you think? Where does the Germa play into this?
I
Dude, like,
see.
Confusing part.
they should know in my mind what's going on realistically from how smart I
But
imagine they be.
Because it's so hard to tell, because obviously I think at the same time they want the North Blue, so Big Mom, they need Big Mom's backing, but are they not going to take an opportunity to like get a big piece of this kind of action of taking down
Well,
Yonko?
they're not getting Big Mom's backing at this point, regardless,
Regardless.
So, like, basically,
Yeah,
the
true.
way for like
Yeah.
German, personally, what I say is, like, for example, like all the clone army, I think they're going to be taking on like all the chess piece army,
Yeah.
So, like, basically, the only people left for Big Mom's like crew would really be like high-ranking people,
Mm.
Like,
Yeah,
Loki-
what's up, Grim?
Yo.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's
Before, I
going
don't
on,
have the most
man?
time, but I wanted to bring up this topic.
Yeah.
I found it really weird how like the whole shower thing went down, and like I felt there were so many hints that like something's up with this shower shit. Because
Oh, yeah.
Chopper doesn't like taking showers. Luffy even pointed that out, and then he recommended for Luffy and Sanji to take a shower, and then they looked really suspicious whenever they like considered that shit. Then we get to the actual them taking a shower, and then like Luffy, like he just transforms, and like the way I saw it and the way I understood it is that the weaker members of the crew might be being influenced by some type of like chemical or something that has to do with the whole shower business, while the stronger guys weren't as affected by it. I don't know, and I kind of want to hear you guys' opinions about it.
I was thinking like if you guys seen Film Gold, semi spoilers, is the portion you guys all seen it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone else close your ears for like good 10 seconds. But the scene where like the gold dust is on them and like
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking is like because Capone going back to how smart and like betrayal he is, like how like underhanded he is, I wouldn't be surprised if he had countermeasures in case Luffy went against him. And like you said, like it could be an experiment maybe for the actual wedding. Maybe like they're like gonna poison the drinks with like some chemical that like stops them from doing something, and they wanted to test it on the Straw Hats before they do it or something like that. Who knows?
Yo, 1 second. Who's playing the horn here the whole time in this?
That's
Yeah.
Sibo with his phone.
Huh?
Sounds like to me someone's taking an L.
Oh, nah, I don't know who it is. I'm guessing it's Sibo though. I don't know. Sorry, Sibo, if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So, and you said I'm playing a horn.
No, it sounds like your phone's going off like a
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the ringtone, and then the
That's just it's like
vibration.
yeah, vibrating.
Yeah, that probably was my phone. I did just get a notification.
Headband says he's mad.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the whole chateau like castle or whatever? I'm pretty sure like Big Mom made that castle for him on the island. I'm pretty sure that like she has spies and mirrors inside that castle.
I think it's his castle, to be honest. Like, I think he made it.
Yeah, like see how I saw it right is the rest of the castle behind like the big castle.
Yeah, the big castle is
first.
Big Mom's castle, and then that's
Yeah.
the one he made.
Yeah, and like if he goes and like because I think he can control things outside of his own castle maybe like I don't know, but like if that's the case, like I can see it where like he doesn't let her like have anything in his castle. So like I think they were safe. Like I don't think she's spying on him in that moment,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't put past her. That's my thing.
I don't know. It's just there's so many things are happening under Big Mom's eyes, and we saw that even like outside of her island, she's able to like figure things out pretty quickly. So imagine being on her territory, like all the surveillance that she has to have, and like there's so much convenience this chapter. I don't want it to be that like oh she doesn't know anything. It's I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
no, I agree.
Yeah, but at the same time, it would be kind of sad though if she doesn't know what's going on, considering like how much information she knows about certain things, right? If she can't figure out like what's going on her own island, you know?
Yeah, but don't forget about it as well that even her own sons keep stuff from her.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a factor to look into as well. But
The only thing I found that like could disprove what I said was that when Capone asked for like the security detail on Caesar, that like they just gave it to him, and they gave him Caesar's heart. That just like you guys were talking about earlier, Caesar's a pretty important piece for her. So I don't think she would just like make it readily available for anybody to like access him. So I think that may be something that like did work or that's underhanded that Big Mom's failing at. But besides that, it's too much for me, man. She has to know something.
Yeah.
Real quick, someone mentioned, I think it was Lover, mentioned that the hockey bullets and whatnot. So my thing I was thinking about last night too was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Capone's group had candy jacketed bullets from the factory, because that would hurt Luffy, I'd assume. It's like, it would go and pierce his rubber. That's how I see it, at least.
Especially Vito. I think Vito definitely has them.
Oh yeah, Vito's got something special, I think, because Vito's
Yeah.
trained to go and pick up Vito. So yeah, like, they are in a position where if he's not gonna, I don't think he could like ink the bullets, if you know what I mean. And then like side note for people that like aren't like people that don't follow the cover stories, you guys remember the cover story with Caribou, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember the one where like this was his like arc that he had in the cover story where like he goes with the old lady and the old lady's son that was the revolutionary leader. And like it was basically like it was based off Cuba and stuff like that. And they're in a factory, and this is Iron Boy Scotch's factory. So like you know how Iron Boy Scotch had like 18 on the side of him printed. And then Gotti, if you look at his machine gun arm, like machine, whatever, it's a very like similar model to the one that's being made in Caribou's cover story. on an island close to, I'm assuming, Wano. It's this big ass factory that the revolutionaries took down that was making special weapons. So everything that they have for Capone's group are from those factories, from what I can gather. So like they're not regular guns. So it's just a side note.
That's pretty sick. I didn't catch that. Oh wow, man. That's
Why we're here, Nikki? Why we're here?
I know, man. Give me that info.
But yeah, anything else? Because I want to kind of go through everything else and then talk about that last. I mean, Dan, I can go super sick on that.
I mean, what else would we talk about? I mean, like, well, it's interesting to note, like, we kind of have like the time, like, kind of set in stone. There's like 3 hours and 20 minutes left. We know that like there's gonna be like at least 2 hours and like 20 minutes before Sanji has to go back to the Vinsmokes in preparation for the wedding. Otherwise, they're gonna get suspicious, and that could kind of mess up the plan.
What do you guys think is going to happen with Pekoms now?
They're gonna hold him.
He's gonna get out, I think.
Eventually, yeah. Like,
he's gonna get out, and then he's gonna see that they're going after Big Mom.
I could see during the wedding where, like, I think someone's gonna pull the old wedding crasher thing where like they come through the door, like, at the vows and stuff like that. And I could see it being Pekoms or Luffy, but I think that's gonna happen for sure.
Why do y'all think Pekoms is so loyal to her though?
Because, dude,
it's just animal trait, right? Like,
I mean, I think it's more like my thing is from my sense, because like I go back to the idea that, like, all the characters in One Piece are going to have reasonable backstories that, like, even if there's like supposedly bad, like Big Mom and Kaido and Blackbeard, that it's going to make sense for why they're doing what they're doing.
Right.
And we don't know Big Mom's backstory, so like assuming she got kicked out by the Giants, like that's how I think it is. Something along those lines, like. And she wants an island where there's no violence, there's no fighting or whatever, right? Because Elbaf, the whole thing about Elbaf, which I'll go back to later, is like it's all about fighting. Like, the entire like everything's is settled by fighting. Yeah. So if she was against it at first, maybe, and she wants an island of peace, like a utopia, which is what she's building right now, maybe like everyone like Pekoms and like all the other like people at Tamago like see it as like, okay, if we could have a world where all the like the races are united and that there's no fighting, like I'll take it, like what I mean. Because realistically, when you're giving I can't remember the specific amount, but is it like 1 month every 6 months or something like that of your soul? When you're giving that up, like realistically, if you can get guaranteed life, like as in you'll never like have to worry about anything or die or anything like that, that's not
worth
that bad.
It. And yeah, in the new world, that's kind of worth.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little throwaway line in this arc when she was talking to Anana, who seems like she might be her youngest child.
Yeah,
he told her it's okay to kill people. So I don't know if she's actually trying to maintain a peaceful country. Like,
yeah, like
no, but that's they were talking about in that chapter how like crazy she is and her whole family and stuff.
But her
know what I mean?
wanted to kill her. Like, like my thing is like just in general, like because you kind of do have to be like somewhat like of a like monster to control a country. You know what I mean? Like to be the leader of it. It's like I see it as like she's trying to make a utopia for everyone, whether that's for her own use or not, whatever. But like everyone there doesn't know that, so to them it's like, okay, like this needs a hero, like you know what I mean? Because there's no things like slavery there, from what we see. There's no things like oppression, like racism, all this other stuff, whatever you want to call it. It's in their mind, it is a utopia. So like. I feel like Big Mom has a reasoning for it, which we'll probably see like near the end of the arc. And she'll probably explain it or whatever, but like I think there's more to it. So I feel like everyone that's like loyal to her is loyal because they think like they believe in the cause.
Yeah. If you really like something, you will just dismiss the negative.
Well, yeah. I guess when we dive into the Elbaf thing too, so I have more to talk about that in regards to like some like a role of a parent and stuff. Once we dive into Elbaf a bit,
I was gonna say one thing though. This sounds super retarded, but I don't know why. But I don't know why. Just because of the way that the suit fits Pedro, I just think he's part of the Capone gang. For some reason, I don't know why, man. It just looks like that to me.
Like a double agent, or
it looks right on.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just looks right on him. This looks too right on him. I'm sorry. That's just a retarded theory.
Right.
Like
too good. I'm just like, what?
Like I would say like I mean Pedro's always been portrayed as like a character, but like they don't have any other minks, so I don't know. Like I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I more so don't want Pedro to be like evil because I feel like people always like assume that a certain character is evil and then they like die with it. I don't know.
Pedro, he's just a savage.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I just
for
think
real.
he's a savage. Like he's
Or
I
he's
just
gonna
respect
execute
his.
Pudding as soon as they start. He's like, oh, she
He
knows
was
too
like,
much.
gag bitch.
Yeah,
He knew from the
yo,
beginning that bitch was evil. He knew.
he's had a hard life. Um, he's just a cool cat.
And would you guys think? Because now it brings me back to the line thinking about when Judge mentioned about the Giants and stuff, and it did seem like just like a weird observation to have at the same time. So do you think there's any connection between Judge and the Giants? Maybe
I
since
don't think
I
so. I
guess
think
we're
Judge
going.
is
No,
just
I think
smart.
he noticed that there were no
Yeah.
giants.
I think he
Even
just
though
looked
it's Ethiopia.
around at all the different races on the island and just said there are no giants.
Because she bragged about
let me
it.
try to piss her off. Let me see what I can do to her.
Okay.
Ask her about these giants that she don't have.
Yeah, yo.
Oh,
I mean, but doesn't she have giants? My sources tell me she does.
okay. Because I don't know. I think there might be something to that though. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reaching, but I don't know.
You're
He
always
seemed so
reaching,
trolly
Nikki.
when he was saying
This
it.
is
He
why we
seemed
need
so
to.
trolly.
Oh,
Like trolling Big Mom on purpose, and she was just looking at him like, "I'll kill you if you
like
say
my
speak
thing, bro,
another
is
word."
at that moment, because like I want certain characters to be intelligent, and like Judge to me more than his fighting strength is he's a very intelligent person. He's a scientist, you know what I mean? So I feel
Yeah,
like he's like, okay, I know she can't kill me, so like effort, like you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna piss her off. Like especially if he knows what she's really planning, it's just kind of like a like poking the bear in a sense.
yeah. Okay, I get it. But I don't know. There's something fishy about Pedro and Judge. That's what I'm gonna say,
I
man.
mean,
That's
first he
the
wants Shiba to
friend.
die.
Yo.
No, Jinbei will die this arc.
No, he's
I'm gonna
not
keep
dying, Nikki. What
saying
do you
it.
not understand?
So when he doesn't, like,
Then I'll apologize to the whole One Piece community. You'll hear it
on
first
your
here now.
knees,
Thank
live
you,
stream,
Nikki. That's
on
all we
live stream.
wanted.
I will.
All we
Okay,
ever
Well, if it
wanted.
does happen, guys, I would like to be
Nikki,
praised.
there's no way.
No, I'm just saying if it does happen, I would like to be praised. That's what I'm saying, people.
No
Nikki,
way.
you have to do it for a year every stream.
If
You
it
would
does,
do what
well,
for a year?
You have to apologize for a year every stream.
Shut up, old man. Just because you need to be reminded. All right.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm never gonna let it go, but that's me.
Yes, I can be wrong. I'm just saying, but I think it's gonna happen. But DGK,
No,
what
no,
were you
back,
gonna say?
Nah, you can be wrong, but when you're crazy, Nikki, that's when we gotta stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see how they get off the island without the help of the fish.
Basically, Nikki, after that, after this prediction that you're saying, if it's wrong and when it's wrong, just listen to us, okay, buddy?
You've been
All right,
questioning us about a lot of things, Nikki.
I'm going out there right now. Pedro's a double agent. Pedro is a double agent for Capone. That suit doesn't look right on him. And Judge might be working for Giants. And that's it.
Wait,
All right,
so wait,
so I got a question.
Pekoms has the instinct to obey, but Pedro doesn't.
We're gonna send Nikki. Dan, we're gonna send Nikki to impel down the crazy bin with the other guy who said
Hey,
who says there's
I'll
no Caesar
escape.
clown and there's no judge, there's no giants on the island.
I just mentioned.
Question. Has this
Nikki on the
chapter
missions.
changed any of your opinions on whether or not Big Mom is going down? Even a little.
She's not going
No,
down.
bro,
She's not going down, dude.
even if we were to see her like get decapitated, I'd say like, okay, there's still a chance she's not going down. Like my thing
I
is
mean,
like,
we saw what's it called for one chapter. We saw what's his name, Doflamingo, have his head cut off. You know what I mean?
no, but for real, dude, like from how me and Dan, because I can't speak for the rest of you, but like I know me and Dan talked about it so many times that like I see why people would say it is, and I get it, bro. Like I'm not gonna call you crazy because there are like some like side hints saying like, oh yeah, like or it's like yeah, like totally Capone's the smartest, like he's clearly gonna take her down. But when we're talking about like
Big
how
Mom,
hyped,
dude.
yeah, how
It's
just not
Big
even Big Mom,
Mom.
but a Yonko, bro, a Yonko
Dude.
on their island. Like, would you guys say like
surrounded by 34 other islands that are hers?
like
you know?
if this was like Wano right now, and we got this team that we have currently, do you even think they could take down Kaido, even if it's just Kaido, bro? Like, come on. Like, and same with
And
Shanks
Mom's
and Blackbeard. It wouldn't
comparable to
happen.
him. Like,
And
and
so, like, I don't know. I feel like people do downplay Big Mom a bit, but like, even if I think she's the weakest of the Yonkos, that's my opinion.
He's still a Yonko.
Yeah, I understand where some people might be coming from just because of the fact that we don't have that much time left in the manga, and I could see like if Weekly Shonen Jump were to kind of fast forward things, and I could see why she would go down.
I know what you guys say.
Again, like we can say, I know again, it's Weekly Shonen Jump. They could fuck over anyone at this point.
Honestly, if we were in Wano right now, we had this current team, and there was a person who had a plan, and there were so many other things going against Kaido. then yes, I would say there was a chance the Kaido was going down.
Ooh.
I don't know, man.
Hey.
Real quick.
No,
Someone
but
mentioned. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I said it yesterday in the stream as well. I think it should be she get killed by a giant in Elbaf or something like that. That's what my prediction is for Big Mom.
Oh wait, no.
It should be very ironic or some way.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. Like who has just started reading One Piece of us recent, like within like the last 2 or 3 years? Because like I want to know your opinion. Like, because I feel like there are a lot of people, especially like in this arc, that do doubt like Oda writing a good like chapter like with Big Mom not getting taken down. I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of people like because I do get the time constraints are there, but like I don't think Oda of all people would ever sacrifice like the story. Like
or the time.
Like if you look at his interviews, he always talks about like story first and like because I would do like if Oda like was in like deathbed, I think he'd still start writing. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just
like,
saying,
someone
like,
take over,
it's
please.
just like my thing is like the worries with how the magazine's going to treat this because we're seeing what's going on with other magazines. Again, like One Piece could be like subject to that as a victim.
No, dude,
like
because unless Shonen Jump would die itself, like unless it was going out the door completely, they would never hurt One Piece. One Piece is literally their
It's
again,
too
like I'm not
big.
saying that's gonna be a
It's too
possibility.
big.
Of course, if Oda's allowed to do his thing, then of course she's not going to fall. But if that were to be an assumption, it's because of that.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like maybe sorry,
I don't even get what I mean, but
no, I get what you mean.
I mean Dan. Yeah.
I get your point, but I think the most that can even happen in this arc is that she gets injured, but someone's gonna like everyone else gets owned. Like she's not. That's about it.
Because
that's
with me, like I do think Robin telling Luffy not to to go on an all-out fight with Big Mom is a thing. Like I think, like obviously, like there's a case where like okay, if Luffy has to fight her, he's probably gonna fight her. But like Luffy's still kind of the guy like that like once he says something, he sticks with it to the end. Like look what we saw, bro. He was literally fighting for his life to stay. He jumped over a fucking like 3rd-story window to go back to the fucking meeting place. Like he does whatever he has to like keep his promises. So the fact that he told Robin that like he'll get the Poneglyph, but he won't fight her. Like, what I mean? Like, I personally think that he's not going to. Like, I still think that he could fight her, but I'm not saying like all out. Like, he's not going to go like super crazy. Like, I'm going to take you down. Like, that's how I see it. Like, I don't know. Like, my thing is, bro, is like if Big Mom actually somehow got like taken down, even if they're super like cool, I don't know, like Capone completely planned it out, I would still think like, man, like for how hyped the Yonkos are, that shouldn't even be a thing. Like even with all the guests like teamed up, I'd still think unless that's like Mihawk level people, like I don't see it even happening because we still have Katakuri, who Oda is literally saving for like okay when the fighting begins. Like I'm gonna throw this dude out here, and everyone should know, like all the readers and all the people in the verse should know that this dude is the best, and the fighting stops now. Like
exactly,
that's how I see this character.
And Smoothie as well. I know she's a bit.
No, I agree with you. Like, Smooth too. Yeah, like we haven't seen shit from him, so it's like.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's like I don't know, or he or she is just a savage for certain.
Yeah.
So should we?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about Elbaf. I'm waiting for it.
Okay, so
like I'll kind of and then correct me if I'm wrong down on anything. But so basically, me and Dan, for years, bro, ever since we've thought of Elbaf, we've literally talked about Usopp fighting him, right? Like that's fine. Him, when I say him, I'm talking about like what would be now confirmed to be the prince, but like I always called it like the contender for the Elbaf king. Because like since we saw Dory and Broggy, right, way back in Little Garden, they talked
to every giant, bro.
What?
Usopp talked to every giant.
Yeah, but like Dory and Broggy, they specifically said like there's no current king, and like to be king basically like and to do anything at all, you have to fight, lead like the other person. So if like person B were to say, okay, I want to be like the Elbaf king, the person A would have to fight him no matter what to be it. Like there's no other way of settling it from what we know. And then we talked about like this was my thing, which I would laugh is like if Usopp somehow gets what's called the Spear of Elbaf, because like all the characters have used a move called Spear of Elbaf as like their ultimate attack, and I think it's going to be an actual thing, and I could see it being something that Usopp could actually use. And I think it's gonna be like the rightful like treasure of the country, like the national treasure of the country or whatever. But yeah, like so like we always talked about like how Usopp, because that's gonna be his arc, because he, like Dan said, like he's talked to every giant. Like when he gets there, people like Haruden and his 4 other giant friends, Dory, Broggy, Omoy, I can't think of the other two guys' name. But all the giants are gonna be on Usopp's side. So like he's gonna have to basically be the chosen champion for all these people to fight the contender, which is currently Loki. It seems like, and now that we know Loki, for people that don't know, is Loki literally is a trickster. And what is Usopp? A fucking trickster. So this fight is going to not be a straight up fight. It's going to be probably the dirtiest of the dirty fights. Like, you know what I mean? Like, throw sand in the eyes, like, all this crazy shit.
More sand in the eyes.
Yep. And it's going to be funny because, like, normally you would assume, right, that, like, Elbaf would be, like, straight up fighter, like, no shenanigans. Because, like, when was it Mr. 5, if I remember correctly, poisoned, like, was bombed the,
Yeah, no, he still got up.
yeah, and then they still got. I'm saying like they don't expect that thing. Like that's to them is like underhanded as fuck. Like you don't do that. And so I see Loki being a super trolly dude that's gonna have to fight Usopp because Usopp's gonna be told by all of his like followers like you're God Usopp. Like you're the best. Like we all see how strong you are. Like Sasuke can go. But
surprised like once they actually land at Elbaf, like some of the giants come up to them and like already start trying to talk to Usopp because they know.
Oh yeah, we've heard like stories of you.
Like we've been waiting for you.
Yo, can I say something? You guys always talk about the hammer, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, dude, no, the 10-ton hammer shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's big.
No. Let me. Yeah, but can it be just Thor's hammer in some way?
Yeah, that's what I thought too today. I was like, as soon as I saw Loki, I was like, who fights Loki usually? It's always Thor.
Oh, so it'd be Mia, the hammer. Sorry to interrupt.
Mjolnir, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And another thing that's interesting is going with the idea of 3 calamities, right? And I just say 3 calamities because like 3 commanders for each of like the main antagonists of each arc, right? Like Arlong had them, like Lucci had them, all these people, right? Is the 3 calamities or the 3 commanders for Loki is going to be probably Hel, the female, Fenrir, the son, and Sleipnir, if I remember correctly, the world serpent. All 3 of Loki's children. And one thing that was interesting, because like I was thinking of it, right, is you guys know what like Ragnarok is and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that film to come out.
So one thing about Ragnarok that's interesting is it's the idea that the world got submerged in water. Now, it was like One Piece, mainly about like water, like the world itself is covered in mainly water and about islands. It's about the idea that like major players were gonna die, like I believe I can't remember who it was, but like basically major people, like major gods died. And then if I remember correctly, this is from like way back ago, I think there's one of the gods. I think it's a god of like love and happiness or something like that. That Loki like betrayed and killed. And so I could see the god of love and happiness being like the original Elbaf king that Loki might have killed. I don't know. But yeah, so like I think it's gonna be super funny because like this fight is gonna be probably one of the best in the series for Usopp, if not the best fight.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna be like I don't know, like it's gonna be super fun because it will probably end with the 10-ton hammer at the end of it, and it's just gonna be the funniest shit I think. So like I was just dying, guys, when I saw like as soon as I saw Loki and someone told me earlier that like my theory was correct and like me and Dan's theory, I should say. It's just
so we can skip the whole Elbaf arc right now.
I mean, we might as well, bro. I mean, like I've already seen it right there.
Oh no, yeah. Do you want to ask us?
But like, no, it's only funny because like. How dude, I can't even think of how long. Like this was way on Lola Garden.
Dude, I called this shit years ago.
Yeah, just when you think of Lola Garden, how long does that go? Because that was before Alabasta, if I remember correctly, like right before. So that's like when they met Vivi, if I remember correctly. So that was like in real life, that's like almost what 8 years, 9 years. This is a long time ago. So I'm only dying now because it's like god damn, bro. But nah, dude, I'm super hyped now for Elbaf. I think that's gonna be like, especially if it's right after Wano. Oh.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be Usopp's power up. So, like, for the non-believers.
Yeah, I mean, Usopp number 3, bro.
Yeah.
I've been saying it.
Number 4.
Nikki. Elbaf is the strongest island. They're even stronger than Wano, Nikki.
Yeah, is the whole Straw Hat crew going there?
Bro. All I know is Loki over, what's it called? Shogun, right? By that logic.
Yep.
Right?
And if Usopp's beating him, no, realistically, Nikki, if this is the strongest country in the world, bro, the strongest army, the fabled army, whatever you call them, right? The best of the best of the best, and Usopp has to fight the best of the best of the best of the best, bro.
Yo,
what does that make him? Like,
yo. Like still fodder. Like okay. You
I know. I'm not saying it's.
I
I've
think the
never
proof is in
said
the pudding.
Usopp's father.
I mean, but
You said that he was your ninth or something like that. If I'm correct, when you
No,
started
but
off.
then you guys got me to 4. Okay, come
What's
on.
that?
man.
No, but
after this
Nikki, just
chapter,
believe.
After this chapter, bro, what's stopping you now? Like, I want to hear the
Exactly,
literal
bro.
answer.
I don't even understand, Nikki.
Who is Sanji gonna fight from what we know, like in the story, that would beat this dude? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until I see it happen, it's the only
Okay,
time I
Well, dude,
can
you
argue.
know it's gonna
Dude,
happen.
it's there, man.
Nikki.
Nikki,
It's
if
in the
you see this
manga.
dude's name Loki,
I am not doing this to
that'd be
Sanji.
like me saying, oh well, you know, maybe Zoro's not gonna fight the Shogun. Maybe he's gonna go fight like some random ass fodder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would he fight the Shogun? It
Maybe
doesn't
he'll
make
never even
sense.
fight Mihawk or something.
Yeah,
We don't know who
Like,
it's not
Sanji's
like he's a
gonna fight on the
swordsman.
island. Like, I
Nikki,
don't
it's
know.
not like they're a swordsman.
dude,
Like,
wait. You think someone? Dude, come on, Nikki.
I'm just saying. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's what I'm gonna say.
I mean, we're telling
That's
you,
why
but-
we said, ask us, Nikki. We'll
Yeah.
tell you. We're friends, buddy.
In the words of the MPs or governors everywhere, I recuse myself.
Well, okay, Nikki. Okay. We're trying to help you, Nikki. But no, dude, like, going back to seriousness, like, I'm dying because, bro, it's like the greatness is finally here. It's finally happening.
know?
It's like there is now no one, and like there have been certain people, and we all know who I'm talking about now. Certain people that have told me and Dan that like we're crazy for saying that,
Yeah.
and especially a certain someone.
Don't sound so fucking crazy now.
Yeah. Tell me, giant sewing sister, that they.
Yeah.
Like.
Stop.
I'm sorry, but like, bro, gotta call it out sometimes.
Yeah, fair game.
But I'm betting Theory is literally sitting in his chair right now, his throne, laughing at someone from last night. Of like, because there were people, bro, telling Theory. Because the first night it came out, me and Theory already knew. Like Theory messaged me. He's like, he said something. I forgot what he said. He said something so like vague, but I already knew who you're talking about, which was Caesar. And we're like, yeah, that has to be Caesar. And I can't tell you how many people I've heard on like Bargo stream, like saying like, oh, dude, that's clearly not Caesar. Like, you guys are fucking retarded. And it's just like when people say that shit like that, and like you know for a fact, bro, that's clearly Caesar. It's like I'm calling you out. I don't even care. Like you can call me an asshole, but bro, it's like you look retarded. I'm
Damn.
sorry, I'm a mean person, but I don't care.
The captain coming with the goods, man. Don't worry.
No, I don't really care anymore.
I rescind my vote.
F fucking retards. That's how I say it. There is no rescinding the vote.
Yeah.
But no, like,
Done
so,
is
like,
done.
I'm glad, bro, that we, because like I hate when people say like, well, we don't know, because like there's like it's that 1% like not confirmation from Oda that like, you know, like for like kind of like what Nikki said earlier, is like, well, we don't know, like this and that. It's kind of like we don't get confirmed by Oda saying in the manga, but there's so much evidence that you piece it together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It only makes sense.
I
I'm just
feel
talking
like
about like
this
Usopp fighting Loki.
confirms-
Thing.
I feel like this chapter just confirms the Usopp thing that we're saying. Like Usopp
like,
number 3 eventually.
It's so hard for me
Like
to say.
it literally confirms.
Well, but all
Yeah.
you base yourself on is basically that that stepped on ship.
I can't hear because
That's
Steve wants
like
going
it-
over.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I can't hear.
You guys speak louder.
One thing, well, to be fair though,
I'm sorry, it's only funny.
What the hell? What's going on?
Talk over it.
all right. So
It's taco night.
I was saying that if there was more, then okay. But the only thing you base yourself on is the order in which they stepped on the ship of Shanks.
Are you talking about Yasop?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
only
dude, not even that. That's not even. Wait. That's not the only thing. First off, Yasop was the only person that Shanks actually went out of his way to go and recruit.
That will make him number one, but you don't.
I
make him-
mean, nah. What's it called? Ben Beckman has to, like Ben Beckman's his right hand.
Beckman's
you
number
know?
one, yeah.
It's like kind of like
So he can't
We
be
know-
number
it's-
one.
it's like
so
we know.
therefore,
no
That's
Ben Beckman.
obviously not enough.
Like if you look, I'm saying like, bro, if you look at any scene, right? Like certain characters, I'm not saying like, oh, bro, like clearly it's this, but I'm saying like when
Yeah.
you have multiple scenes that Oda's trying to tell you, I don't need to say it. Like he's saying like, I don't need to say it, but here's like some evidence for you guys to like, you know, pick at.
Yeah, like, so what's
Every
the
time they sit together, Yasop's usually, if not always, right next to him, along with Ben Beckman, and then Lucky Rube's like across from like Shanks. And so it's like when again the ship thing, like it goes Ben Beckman gets on the ship or off the ship, and then Yasop and Lucky Rube, and it's kind of like a formal thing, you know what I mean? It's like that's how I see it. I see it like that, and like the idea that like, you know, going to like legacy and like traits and stuff like that is like, you know, Yasop telling about Usopp to Luffy and stuff like this, and like I don't know. I'm just saying that like from what I gather, bro, it
But
literally makes too much sense. That's what I'm saying.
Wasn't Lucky-Roo the first person who shot? I mean, so why wouldn't I put him above Ben Beckman then?
Dude,
Because
it doesn't
Ben
matter
Beckman straight
who
up said
acted
he
first.
said so Lucky Roo walked up, right? He shot one of the dudes. He shot a fodder or whatever. Then Ben
Yeah.
Beckman's like, okay, he's like says something along like Shanks and like everyone else like stand back, like I'll take them on myself. And then he whips his gun out and uses it as a fucking bat. And he's like, come back with a fucking fleet. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
So
and so like it's not a fleet for us, it's a fleet for me, bro.
So why wouldn't Lucky-Roo then be number 2? Because he shot and then Ben Beckman moves.
No, you're right. Like, I see what you're saying there.
Yasop didn't do anything. So
But did Yasop need to do anything? That's the
it's
thing.
not enough of it.
Dude, most of the entire crew didn't do anything.
Like
You
the
know?
fact
There was
was
no
that
need.
Lucky Roo came up and shot someone, right? Whatever, right? But then Ben Beckman literally sold everyone else. So Yasop had no need to do anything. That's the thing.
Yeah, but Lucky-Roo did do the first move. So
I mean, no, you're right. Like, I mean, and again, there's the like the theory of like Lucky Roo being actually super fucking fast, which would make sense why he did it.
Like the time shit.
Yeah, because they had Luffy hostage. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just saying that Ben Beckman could be number 1, but we shouldn't jump on the conclusion between Lucky-Roo and Yasop. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if you know, you know.
Yeah. And we know.
I'm sorry, that was but my thing, bro, is like,
especially after this chapter for the shit for this.
Yeah, it's just
I've
like
been saying like
You know,
you have to remember from how like it's gonna be so like I get what you're saying
It's
for that scene,
weird,
but
bro.
compared to all the other scenes, yeah, like from how long me and Dan have talked about like Yasop and Usopp and like where they're gonna be, bro, and like in comparison, I'm just saying like it's gonna be very hard for you to change your mind. I'm just telling you that.
The strongest kingdom is Elbaf above Wano, so Usopp is above Zoro then. It doesn't work.
No.
Zoro's
It's
the right
easy.
hand man, so he
Yeah.
can't suppose Zoro.
Oh, when we mentioned Zoro, everyone's like, "Oh no!"
No, dude. What do you
No,
mean?
I'm joking. I'm
Zoro's the right
joking.
hand man.
I'm trolling. I'm
But
trolling.
well, you have
You're
to be
not joking.
trolling.
You're not
So
joking.
no,
Yeah.
but
Even Steve said you're not
the title,
joking.
right?
Yeah.
That's the title. He's the right hand man. That's why,
He's my
even though
dude.
it's logical that Elbaf is stronger than Wano, even though it's logical, he has the title. What I'm saying is, Sanji also has the title of being in the Monster Trio. So
Wait, no. What? That's like a fan. Like, there's in the actual anime and manga, they don't say Monster Trio, do they?
They do,
No.
but
don't you remember? Like it's always those two.
but like this is what Dan's saying is like it's like the fans are hyping it up is what he's
Yeah,
saying. Like my thing is like how I see it, right? Is
It
we're
exists in the story, but we gave it a name.
you know,
yeah,
Raw,
exactly. No, but that's what I'm trying to say. Monster Trio specifically, like it doesn't have that moniker.
I know.
You know what I mean? The fans say Monster Trio, but Oda doesn't say that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but he has more hints about the Monster Trio than he has hints about Yasop. So that still makes my point more valid.
And I'm just gonna point this out. Usopp has called Sanji, Zoro, and Zoro and Luffy monsters before. So
That's the way Usopp is
no.
because Usopp doesn't consider him to be a monster. He's just a normal guy,
Yeah.
but he's still the best. You know what I mean?
Because he's not going to need physical strain to make himself a
Exactly.
monster trio. He has other ways. It's like we say with like the other characters, like Nami and all of them. They don't have to have physical strength, but they could find ways to eventually one day get up to that level. It's just that Usopp is going to be the only one to actually crack the top 3.
like my whole thing, dude, is with the Usopp thing, right? And the like monster trio we talked about before. Is right now I would put Zoro above Sanji, which is fair, right? And then
Yeah, of course.
Sanji below Zoro, and then Usopp below him, right? And then my thing is, we're getting into this arc where Sanji, whoever, even if he doesn't get a power up, because I don't think he should get a power up, because I don't think he needs it, but he's going to show off his strength,
'cause
right?
he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, he's going to show off his strength this arc, right? This is his arc, realistically speaking, right? So he's showing off his arc. Next arc is Wano. Who do you think is going to get shown off there? Zoro. So he's going to get shown off there. And again, because I know I haven't supposed to ask, but everyone else is going to have fights. They're all going to show off too. But yeah, so like if we're this, because Wano should be the all-out fight, like everyone fights to the death, right? So everyone there should be fighting to the death. So they're all giving it 100%, and then they're getting stronger. Then the arc
Power
after
up in Wano, and then
we get to
after.
Yeah, we get to Elbaf after, where Usopp then is going to be the main protagonist, right? In that scene, like in those scenes, he's going to be the main guy, right? No, don't even say no, because dude, like I'm gonna go second if you say no. but like he's gonna be the main guy, right? So like he's gonna have the fight with Loki, who is, from what we see and gather, the contender. He's a prince. He not the king, but the prince. And we know there's no king currently. So because there's no king, that means he's a contender. There might be other brothers, whatever, right? And we know Harden and all them want to be king. They're gonna choose Usopp as their champion to become like the Elbaf king. And so if Usopp has to go all out, more so than he did in Wano, that means he's getting a power up. So that means he's gonna get stronger. So that's gonna probably put him, if not above like Sanji, like right next to Zoro. And so I think, wait, what?
It's not even that. It's just the fact that, dude, Loki, Elbaf is the strongest island, right? And Loki's supposed to be the contender, so he's probably one of the strongest giants, right? And Usopp's gonna have to 1v1 him and win. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude.
And when I say
giants, like it's a giant.
Let me repeat. So just because of that, Usopp would be above Zoro, but he isn't. I'm saying the same thing about Zoro and Sanji.
No, because there's still more story. I'm saying at that moment, bro, because like there's a gap. You have to remember there is that's why I was saying it right away. There is a gap between Usopp and Zoro, right? And Sanji. So I'm saying when they get to the end of this arc, Sanji's gonna show up. We're gonna kind of know where Sanji stands, right? Which should reinstate that like he is, in the so-called monster trio currently, right? That he is still a like beast. And so he's gonna probably do a decent chunk this arc. Probably won't go all out, I don't think, because I think he still needs to go all out for like Wano and whatever. So when we get to Wano, we're gonna see where everyone stands currently in the entire crew, like, and so we're gonna see that it goes Zoro, Sanji, Usopp. Then the arc after, we're gonna see Usopp get this power up more so than the other characters. And I call him protagonist. I don't mean he's like the main character for the show. I'm saying in that arc, he's the main like lead, kind of like Sanji kind of is right now. And so in that arc, he's gonna have to get a power up. That power up is more than likely at least gonna put him next to Sanji, if not above him. That's how I imagined it.
Yeah. In a sense, too, it's just like what Kaiser was saying in the chat. It's like David versus Goliath.
No, exactly, dude. That's the whole point. That's the thing. Is Usopp, even if, dude, because again, Loki is gonna play trickery. He's gonna go crazy, but Usopp too. So it's gonna be like a fair fight in the way that they fight. You know what I mean? So like, if he does beat him, that does make him the best of all the people in the country, right? Because
and he's the strongest strongest out of all the people on the strongest country. Like what?
Like from what we're given by like Oda, that's how it seems that the story's gonna go, and therefore, in my mind, it would put him above Sanji. But again, the only reason I say it can't go above Zoro is because literally plot hacks. It's just plot hacks. Like realistically, it's like saying Zoro above like Luffy. You know what I mean?
If you want to be real about it, Luffy knew about Usopp before he knew about Zoro. So.
No, exactly, dude. Like that's the thing. He knew who he was from Usopp. That's the whole point. But we're saying, bro, like,
why can't he be over Zoro?
Because, no, because Zoro, dude, no.
It's because
like chose him to be literally like the second guy.
Yeah, like that's all. Like Zoro's fought people that Luffy like should fight. Like for instance, like when they were up against Lucci, right? Like obviously it wasn't a fight, but he was there. You know what I mean? Like, and then again, like Hordy, like Sanji didn't fight Hordy, like Zoro did. You know what I mean? He beat him. Like my thing is
fought Doffy.
What? Yeah, you're right. But my thing is like characters that like Luffy should normally fight, like Zoro fights them. Like that's my whole point. I don't know if I'm gonna go too much into this, but like
because this could be its own stream.
Yeah,
like,
I mean we've had streams about it.
I just want to say that
it's true.
Methodology, which is great, but if I wanted, I could like provide a whole essay about my methodology as well. Actually,
I mean, I'll throw it in the trash. No. But no, like I would love like see because we've had like the only reason I don't want to go too much into it because we've had like other videos where we talk about Usopp and it just it's one of those things where like you think your way, I think my way. Neither of us are currently right, but from how I see,
we're currently right. It's
Dan just really wants a W.
It's not even wants a W. Like, bro, this chapter, like, it's just official.
Like, to go what Dan's saying is like we've already said. Like, you guys know that we've said this stuff before, and it's like now that we're getting more and more evidence supporting me and Dan, it's kind of like, the train's leaving. The train's leaving soon, guys.
Listen.
Yeah, and I was on the train first.
I understand Usopp's relationship with the Giants and everything, but why does Usopp have to fight the strongest giant?
Wait, what do you mean? Because Usopp's like the savior.
Yeah, he doesn't need physical strength. He has his own way to fight the Giants.
No, because
they're gonna choose.
Let me explain it.
They're gonna choose someone to fight him.
It doesn't
Like,
have to be drink. He can save the crew through diplomacy.
No, Sibo.
no,
There is no
There
diplomacy.
is no, on the Elbaf, dude.
There
It's
is no
whoever. It's might. Might is right.
But
Yeah.
listen to who
Might
we're talking
is
about. We're
right. That's
talking
what it is.
Things are gonna go the way that Usopp knows. All Usopp knows is to use that head of his.
Yeah.
No,
And
and
then
Loki.
have to
And
fight.
then when they make him champion, he'll figure a way afterwards.
No,
to
this
do
is the
it.
thing, Steve. This is also one of the things, bro. Like, Elbaf is like the way that Whole Cake is Sanji's arc and Wano Zoro's arc, and like in Whole Cake, we're assuming that we're gonna see Sanji like go a little more all out, right? So we can actually see what he's capable of. In Wano, we're assuming Zoro's gonna go a little more all out, and we see things like we're probably gonna see Ashura again in Wano, right? And that's gonna be the second time we've ever seen it, right? I'm assuming in Elbaf, since that's going to be Usopp's arc, he's actually going to go all out. You know what I mean? And then that's like the arc for him to actually like have his serious fight. And the whole thing is also too like it's the way that like they've talked about Elbaf. It's Might is right on that island. So like what's his name? Hajrudin from Dressrosa. Like we're probably gonna see all the other giants. Yeah, they're probably gonna be back there already. And then
They all
I
have
forget
the dream to become the Pirate King or the Elbaf King.
yeah, but they all know about Usopp. Like, I'm being serious. Like, I actually think
their
that when
hero,
the Straw
bro.
Hats go to Elbaf, there might be giants that know about Usopp already. Like, we've heard the legends. You know what I mean?
And like the fact, real quick, the side note that Usopp did say, and again, whatever, like I sent you guys all the list multiple times, but the idea that like the list of what Usopp says comes true, whatever, right?
Oh no, dude.
And the fact that Usopp literally
Never
says
tells
like,
a lie.
yeah, the fact that he says he's getting conquers hockey, this would be the perfect arc to get it, bro. I'm just saying. Like, I'm sorry, but like.
But didn't he say as well that he's gonna be great friends with giants?
Yeah. Dude, no, he said something.
He's been
like,
saying that.
And the best part, bro, is like he said, I have to find the list again. Probably, like I'll find it later. But there's other things like he said that, like he's gonna find a cure for poison, not like for everything, but like something like that. It's like, and then the idea that Loki's gonna fight dirty. Like,
he said he found a medicine for his sick mom or something like that. I don't know what it was.
Like, dude, he said something. My thing is like, Elbaf, there's gonna be more to the arc than just Usopp fighting like this dude. But I'm saying like. The main point of that arc, the climax, will be Usopp versus Loki, with everyone on his crew watching, and literally everyone knowing.
And it's gonna be a 1v1.
Yep.
It's gonna be
and
the major.
It's gonna be something where even if Usopp doesn't want to fight him, bro, he
has to.
He has to. They're gonna choose him as their champion, like Game of Thrones style. Like he has to fight him. It's not gonna be a straight up fight, obviously, because it's gonna be dirty as fuck. But that's how they fight, so it's a fair fight. You know what I mean? And so if that dude's the strongest of that group, like, can you only imagine? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like so. How do y'all think this is gonna go? Y'all think Usopp's gonna be there on his own?
No.
The crew's gonna be there.
The entire crew's gonna be there. It's gonna be like Coliseum style. Everyone can watch the fight.
Hey,
You know what I
Steve-O,
mean?
like the Davy back fight. Remember that?
Yeah, something like that.
Essentially,
like
essentially like that. That's what they mean.
Because we still have, like I said earlier, most likely we're gonna see Hell, we're gonna see Fenrir, we're gonna see the Slipner, the other three like commanders that Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro could fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't have to all. And the fact that the Hell is a female, like it's gonna be funny because Sanji. But like my thing is like, there's so many evidence, like, because the thing is, bro, they don't need to always fight the strongest person. Like Luffy doesn't always need to fight the strongest person in the arc. You know what I mean? Like he can fight other people and still have a really good fight. Because if this country is the strongest, like of fighters, like let's say Loki isn't the physically strongest, right? But he's still the strongest. Luffy can go fight this physically strongest person. You know what I mean?
I was gonna also mention real quick in the chat from Kaiser because like he's asking, do you think Elbaf will be under Shanks's protection?
I don't think so. Well, I don't want to say anything. Like,
I don't think they need protection.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, they're the strongest, bro. And Shogun really didn't need it before, so like.
Yeah.
I guess the general consumption is like, before we got the information that they're the number one strongest, you have factor in, like, I guess every territory would probably need it. Maybe Wano wouldn't need it, I guess, just because of the fact that, the Marines are, not going to try and go after them because, they're afraid to go after these guys. But then, of course, we found out with the connections with Gold Roger and Whitebeard. So it would be the assumption that maybe these other territories probably are going to have, like, someone under the control. But I guess, like, now the fact that we know this is the number one country in the entire world, it's like, of course, like, they have the strongest military. So it's like, why would we need, like, someone else to come and protect us when we kind of hold our own?
I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's interesting. You heard it here first, by the way. It's that whenever someone's arc starts, like Sanji, Zoro, and probably Usopp and Elbaf, they always go first, and then the crew comes later. like with Sanji, he got kidnapped, and then the crew came after him. Zoro is there now. Then the rest of the crew is gonna go there. I think the same thing is gonna happen with Usopp. Like he's gonna go first to Elbaf, and then the rest.
I don't know.
He'll already be the Giant King by the time we get there.
I think that would be the case. Like pretty much like the whole of Elbaf would be like a flashback.
All of Elbaf for the fucking crown, dude.
Where they gonna get there? He has a crown on, and he's like, "What happened, guys? Let me tell you a nice story of how I became the king."
One thing that I saw that on Oda, like in I believe it was one of his SBSs. I can find the link if I have to. Was that there were other islands around Elbaf that consist of giants as well. So Elbaf might be like a scenario where like the main island is under the
like
rule.
Scotland.
Yeah, where like the main island, the Elbaf itself, is like just giants, where the other islands are other things. Because the whole thing with Elbaf, bro, again, I always said like it's Fable backwards, so we might get weird things like like weird ass like mythical creatures and shit like this.
Yeah, because isn't Elbaf like kind of based on the Vikings and stuff?
Yeah, it's the Vikings. That's why there's like Thor. We'll probably get Odin, which was interesting because you're thinking about like Odin is Raven, so we might see like a Raven. I don't know. Well, we're gonna see a lot of we're gonna see more than what just me and Dan are saying. But like what me and Dan are saying is like the main point that we've always believed is it's coming. It's gonna happen, no matter what you like. And it's up to you guys if you want to be on the hype train and be like,
I agree with you. I agree with you. No, I don't agree about putting Sanji like. I'm not agreeing on that, but I agree. I agree that Usopp's gonna be a fight on Elbaf.
Do you think that Sanji would be able to beat Loki?
I don't know. I can't say that.
You don't know, so I hate it as a no. I heard no.
Exactly.
I heard no.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like if you
we're being serious, Nicky.
If you don't think so, right? If you're like, okay, I'm on the fence about, right? But like that
Usopp's going to have to beat him.
You're gonna have to fight him and beat him. Then it's like, you know what I mean? If you don't think one can do it, but the other has to, it's like then it only makes sense that he's wrong. I'm sorry. That's just how
it's kind of also if you look at how he's being portrayed right now in this arc as well. If this is what we're going to be seeing going into Elbaf after, considering what we're seeing so far as Sanji, I would not be confident enough that he'll be able to face like the top tier giants. Because dude, if this is the number one, these guys are going to be separated from everyone else. There's not going to be a massive gap, but there's going to be a gap.
Someone asked about real quick. Billy Bob said Giants with Logias. That was why Harden was there, to get the fire fruit.
Yeah.
To be the best. Which
I don't think it's going to be too common.
It makes me think that there might be the giant there. Like Loki might actually have a devil fruit there, like a Logia, because
he's going to have a devil fruit mostly. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be with illusions. I think
something cheap.
Yeah, definitely illusions and magicians.
And then like the one sorry, it wasn't. Oh, the one like small thing I want to say about Wano, because like we were talking about a little bit earlier, is, bro, I'm gonna die if Usopp gets called like a wizard in Wano, because I was rewatching some of the Punk Hazard, and literally, Kinemon was calling him like the Grand Master Wizard or something like that, like a magician, and I'll die. But like now, dude, like my thing with like Usopp is, I feel like what Dan said a long time ago about like Buggy and like how like people downplayed Buggy, therefore Oda made him stronger. That's kind of what it is. It's like if people start not believing in Usopp, he's gonna make him that much better.
Yeah, where it's like ridiculous. Dude, he already calls him God Usopp, and they're like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
it's hard, bro.
Oh yeah, by the way,
what's above a god?
By the way, Nas said that the same thing happened with Nami and Robin when they had their arc. They left before the crew.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And like I would die if Usopp like got kidnapped or something, because the whole thing with like Usopp, it's gonna be a funny as fuck arc, because solely like when Usopp like gets there and shit like that, like like Dan said, like there's gonna be a ton of people like wanting to hear his tales, and like he's gonna live it up, bro. He's gonna live it up.
Yeah.
But then when it happens, is because they're not gonna know about Loki besides probably Nami. So like when they get there, Usopp's gonna be talking a ton of shit probably. And then he's gonna get put in a position where it's like, I actually have to fight this dude now, because like Harden's gonna be like, yeah, like you don't want to fuck with this dude. Like this is God Usopp, the guy who took down Dofi. Like that's really how it's gonna go down.
Literally. Like, do you not know what was happening under Dressrosa?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Taken down.
Yeah, but that's what's gonna happen though. You know what I mean? That like for example, for Azrita, that is how he's gonna try and hype him. You know.
All of them, because they're all going to be telling him like, this is the best. Like anyone here that doesn't...
And then the giants from what's it called? What's it called?
Dory Bragi.
Not Dory Bragi.
Oshimo and
with the Gates of Justice.
Oshimo and
yeah. Them. What's it called? They're gonna be like, these are the guys that fucking took on the world government. Yeah. This is so king, you know.
The dude who started the war.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you not understand who this is? Like,
Are y'all talking about
that's-
Oya and
Also, I was gonna say real quick though,
Yeah.
Voyage in the chat was saying go D Usopp. So
No, but dude, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I in my mind, guys, because I know there's some of us who might not get it, like Nikki. I'm giving you shit, but like, I want you to know that this is gonna be a thing. So like,
It's
when
such
we
a
all,
thing.
when like 4 years later, guys, assuming this group is still going super sick.
Can we
which it
pin
should
this
be.
stream somehow?
No, for real. Because when it's going super sick, bro.
something, yeah.
It's going to be more than 4 years.
Nah, I know,
Oh,
but
that's fine.
Wano itself
Dude,
might
it
take-
doesn't matter.
Wano itself might take-
Monster, just gonna be that much better.
no, that's the thing, guys. When if me and Dan are talking about this from Little Garden, and now we see it's happening, like, guys, come on. If we can see shit from 9 years ago coming, what, like, you know,
imagine
I don't know.
3-4, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
The evidence is slowly coming in more and more.
Yeah.
I want Nikki to like
Dude,
say
there's
it.
been evidence. That's the whole thing. You just gotta believe that Oda's the GOAT. That's it.
You
Nikki,
got
Nikki,
you got me
if-
to 4. Be happy,
No, no,
okay?
no,
Like,
Nikki, but it's the thing. No, Nikki, I'm just gonna keep asking you this question now. Can Sanji beat Loki? That's the thing.
but
Yeah,
how
can he
much
beat
was
the
the
Prince of
same thing?
Elbaf?
I don't think. I'm not sure if Usopp can beat him yet. Like, I
You
haven't
think
seen him
Usopp?
now.
Dude, no, this is
From
the
a
thing.
story
For example,
standpoint, we
This
know
is the
Zoro
thing.
can fight the Shogun. A story standpoint, so
Yeah, but he's not
looking from a
soloing
story
the
standpoint,
Shogun,
is
though.
Can he?
No,
He's
yeah,
not
so
soloing
he's
the
not
Shogun.
soloing
That's
the
what I'm
Shogun.
saying. Exactly.
But
so
this is the thing,
that's
Nikki.
different.
For example, like I hear what you're saying, bro. Like you don't know yet if the Usopp can beat him. But that's like saying that Luffy shouldn't have been able to beat Crocodile. Yeah, we know he shouldn't have been able to beat him. But for sake of story and like plot hacks, it's just gonna happen, bro. Like it's going to be a thing, you know. So, like, therefore, Usopp over Loki, and Usopp over Sanji.
You're wrong. You need
I
to
saw that's
call
what they were
Nikki, Lord Nikki.
No, that's
every
fine.
day.
But I've been right so
No,
far.
no, no,
so
no.
I want to
I
hear
mean,
some more.
exactly.
Like I want to hear. I'm saying like,
There's
bro,
literally no way.
like all I'm saying, Nikki, is if we don't have Jinbei die, and we'll just go with if Crocodile shuts up at all this arc or the next arc, I want you to like. No, I want
I agree
forever.
about
I want you to. No,
Crocodile.
Nikki. We've talked about
I
this.
agree about
we've talked
Crocodile
about
already,
this
though.
about Harry Potter before. I want you to forever. Like, yep. Don't even care what you guys are saying. It's right.
Yeah, like, yep, you believe, yeah. We want you to be
I can't
Nikki,
do that,
you have
man.
to, though.
I
No, what
can't
do you mean, Nikki?
I believed you about Crocodile anyway. It
But you
wasn't
didn't
like a
believe us about Harry
debate.
Potter, and look where that went.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay. How the hell am I supposed? Okay. I'm
no,
supposed to be
exactly.
psycho
Oh,
you
me,
now?
you know.
Come on, you saw
Before it
that.
happened, bro.
Well, Nick,
Sometimes it takes
call
a
that
while to
shit
see the
mom.
light.
Not for us.
Sometimes it
No,
takes
when
a
you
while.
see the spoiler right there, man, with Voldemort,
We live in the light, Nikki. That's why.
Oh,
Exactly.
hey,
So we're trying
all
to
you
tell you, buddy.
niggas that is out here right now telling me you knew about Harry Potter, except for the two captains.
No,
Really?
yeah, only we knew. But
No,
that's
only
what-
me and
Exactly.
I had to, yeah.
So no one else break my balls about that. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, Nikki, you've got at least one fanboy in the stream, in the chat.
Thank you very much. There we go, man.
But
Record.
yeah, I'm down. Honestly, if we're doing a side voyage like tomorrow, I'm down to talk about this again. To be quite honest, because I've been
Yeah,
so
go in
much
depth
more.
about it, bro.
No, I want to go sick, Nikki. Yeah.
I might be busy
Yeah, okay,
tomorrow.
Nikki. But
he doesn't want to take the L.
I could still go out. Like I would want to. If we're talking about this still, like I'd want to.
No, I'm happy to debate you about it.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
actually
like
happy to
I'm down
debate-
too.
yeah, same.
But I'm just saying, bro. Like
No, there is no debating. Nikki. Like that's the thing we're trying to
can-
tell you.
I can guarantee you that me and Dan will not change our minds at all about this. I'm just telling you that, and that seems like
Oh
stupid.
yeah, no, I'm just.
but I'm
making
just
my
saying from
point.
like how long
Yeah, no,
you've
it's
seen it,
fine.
it's just like it's just.
It
not
wouldn't
your
make
thing.
sense to change our minds.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Like people telling me that Caesar Clown, that
Okay.
ain't Caesar Clown.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
I never said that though. So
I know
you
I'll
did.
leave you guys alone.
The other thing I was also gonna ask too is like, you know, in regards to we found out about like the whole thing with the marriage between Loki and Lola and stuff, right? Do you think we're going to wait like a little bit longer into the current arc right now in Hokigawa to find out more details from maybe Lola's side if somehow she were to show up, or we wait until possibly Elbaf to find out like kind of like, you know, from Loki's stand, you know, from his point of view, what pretty much happened between the two?
I think there's a
'Cause
high
we're
chance.
hearing one side, you know, so like we're hearing like one side of it, so it's like, you know, what to hear the other side has to say.
I think there's a high
But
chance.
don't we
that
know
she-
what happened though?
No, wait, what?
kind of.
We don't know
'cause-
specifically like what's
I mean,
going. Wait,
Yeah, and I was gonna say I was gonna hold on to the idea that I had when we did our whole Cake Island discussion. We were talking about Lola and stuff, and I still hold to this: is that she was possibly in some kind of abusive relationship, and she saw the complete 180, where she wanted the perfect guy, and Loki, because now we're looking at like if he's compared to like if we remember go back to Jaguar D Soul back in the flashback for Robin when he explained like how, like not all giants are from Elbaf, and he doesn't believe in their ideals because they are barbaric. And when I think of barbaric, I can think of the Vikings, which we obviously look at the other giants we've seen thus far in the series. They're showing off as Vikings. And we know the personalities, they're very, crude. They, the personalities are not the most nicest. And the way they treated, like women, children, and the elderly is not the best received. So I can see that connection possibly with, Loki. And the reason why Lola didn't want to be with that man, because she saw what kind of person he was a complete opposite of what she wanted in a guy.
I really think that like she just super like didn't like him.
Like him.
Yeah, that's how I see. I think it's like of all the because like the whole funny thing is she always tries to marry anyone, right? But it'd be just funny as hell if just
if he
whatever
looks
reason,
ugly or something.
yeah, like not that just like straight up like I actually don't like you, but I'm gonna take anyone else on this earth. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess like the way I'm looking at it is like in terms of like with Big Mom, because I guess like the way I'm looking at it is from a parent standpoint, because we know that Big Mom's had like different husbands, which she has different kids, and I guess like I'm still not on the fence like she's crazy or whatever, because I do think to a certain extent like she does care for her kids and their futures, or she doesn't want them pretty much like having to go through the same stuff she went through. So it's like a mother putting this kind of facade and stuff where she says, oh yeah, she ran away, but she might have helped her out, and the reason why she's taking all this crap onto Chiffon is to keep up the act, so the kids don't see her as being like weak, and it's like she's still trying to help them, but I don't know.
I would have said that, but the fact that she literally said she's afraid of Big Mom and wasn't phased when Capone said he wanted to kill her because Big Mom used to beat her black and blue just for having the same face as Lola. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird because like I don't know. A parent would like. Obviously, I would never condone like if our parents get a child and stuff. No way. But it's just like I don't know. Like to whatever lane someone would go to kind of hide the truth. I mean, like it could get crazy.
I don't know. Like with Big Mom, like because like same with Judge. Like I do think. I do think that like certain like people like are still care. I think she still does care about her kids, but like from what we just saw this chapter, it's super hard to believe. You know what I mean? Like the fact that she, like Dan said, like she straight up beat her, and like it wasn't like she beat her constantly. It was like she beat her so bad that it took years, which is also a feat, bro. It took years to heal. Like you know what I mean? From one beating, like or something. I don't know, man. Like that's crazy. Like I don't know, like, but I do think that there's more to it. Like I do think that she does still somewhat care. I personally think like we're gonna get like again, I always call it redemption. Like at the end for Big Mom, where like Luffy like tells her something and like kind of shows her like you're fucked up, like, and she's gonna kind of realize that like what she's doing is bad. Like I could see it being something like as simple as like, oh, like you don't need to have giants sit at a table together. Like everyone likes you the way you are. Something like weird like that. Like something super simple that Luffy would do.
So is Lola coming in this arc?
I want to say yes, only because of the fact that they mentioned her again, and the fact that they said that if she came back, she would be killed. Like she's a criminal.
Yeah.
And like for Nami's sake, I think she would, and stuff like that, and just in general. But I could also see her coming back to Elbaf, and like again, like she could come this arc and then join up with him as like a Grand Fleet member or something like that, and then come back later at Elbaf. Like I don't know. I think I want to see her this arc because I want to see her have more like story interactions, and she would be a like I don't know what to call it, like a character that would like kind of like throw everything out of proportion, like make shit go super crazy because everyone big
Ness in the chat said makes sense if her ability is based on fear, she would need people to fear her.
See, like yeah, like I want to see more about it specifically. Because I want to see like specifically what is, because like people talk about contracts and all this stuff, and we know that they do exist to a point. We don't know specifics about them. That's the only downside. And like I do think that you have to be scared of her or something because they tell him to not run away. And that could be something as simple as like because she stayed a contract and then he ran away from the contract that like she now gets the life. Like I don't know. I do think like there's gotta be something with the fear thing, and the fact that Luffy doesn't usually, if ever, get scared is gonna be just super funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just throw it in here too because it could be wrong as well. But like, you know how the whole thing with people say that like putting in like alter the memories and stuff. You know, what I mean, she probably altered like Chiffon's memories to make her think possibly that like she took a beating and stuff from Big Mom, like all the stuff that's going on. Maybe like
How did she affect Pudding's plan?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why would she need to do
Yeah,
that to her?
Scarf though.
I still think Pudding's good. Yeah.
I know. I guess I know to like fuck
Doesn't she
around or
know-
whatever. Like I don't know. I'm just throwing it in there.
Like, again,
Ooh.
like unless it benefits her, I don't think so.
Oh, Nikki hit
What
something. Oh
what
yeah,
about
you go
this?
again.
I was gonna say this. What about if essentially Pudding switched memories and maybe that actually is Lola, and they switched memories. Maybe that's just a random theory out there. If you get what I'm saying, they because they're twins and
No
stuff,
random
they
theories,
switched the
Nikki.
memories.
But no,
I'm
like,
just throwing it out there.
yeah, like
Just
see
see
with
what
that
sticks.
line, like, cause we'll wait until translation. But the fact that like she said like, yeah, we're two parts of the same whole and twins, like, you know, like there is the idea of like twins being able to like feel each other and stuff like that, like think the same thing or whatever. And like they have more like psychological connections.
Yeah.
So I think there could be something weird. Like, this is going like way too much. But like I think there could be something weird and specific about those two being twins that like might be something cool that we might see later. I don't know. Maybe they'll fuse.
Yeah, fusion dance.
Super Lola.
Also,
Yeah.
like, side note, bro, when the fuck is Pound coming? Like,
Dude,
I think
Yeah.
no, he's coming for the
he
wedding,
can't-
bro.
I know,
he
but,
got
like,
an
if it's
invite, so he
super-
has to be
I
there,
hope
bro.
he's just sitting in there, like, all nonchalantly, like, yo, like, I'm here. Like,
Yeah,
like
dude, he
without,
had
like, a
his
suit.
invite. He has to be
Yeah,
there.
like
He
a
knows.
suit and everything, bro.
Sipping
Well, the
some
question
apple
begs
juice
different
already,
too.
bro.
Was Pound in the room when all this was going down with Chiffon getting beat?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I don't think so.
Honestly, yeah.
I think, bro,
And
I
even
said-
if he, dude, even if he was like, it's Big Mom, I don't think he's
I don't
stopping
know,
it.
Dan. That's Pound, bro. If he
But
is
that
that,
apple juice, man, who knows?
Nah, for real, dude. I think if he like, I think he's gonna be a monster. I really want. At least I want him to be. I want him to be super fucking.
It would
big.
be way, dude. That would be so trolly.
Dude, it would be, but that'd be Oda. That's why it'd be.
Nah, I
super
know,
fun.
but I'm just saying that would be way too much.
Yeah, it's something
Like,
Oda
that'd
could
be
probably do.
like, I'd be dying.
It's like
Hey,
the
guys.
husband-wife fight, extra large.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, yeah. Now I was gonna ask guys. So, what do you think Capone's plan is? Like, essentially, how is he gonna?
Well, Laz and me, all of us talked about it, but like, Laz's idea was that like they will have the underground brokers. Well, I said this part, but like the underground brokers in the cake, Laz did the cake part. Like basically, like they're gonna deliver cakes, that are shaped in castles so that he can control
Oh
them.
yeah, last time, yeah.
I just think like it's
First.
gonna be something specific with weapons that like Capone had from the underground. That's how I think of it. And like, oh dude, I'm sorry, I just really want Bucky to be delivering those goddamn presents.
Yeah, I think it's with something with the boxes that Pekoms was saying. How he said like people were like, yeah,
Because
people
it
were
wasn't people that we
suspicious
see
in the night
normally
delivering.
on the island. He said
I
like
think
it was like new
It'd be
people.
like
basically.
a gas or something, like the way, especially like it was introduced on Funk Hazard again on Zoe. I think it might be another type of gas because like we saw that
Yes.
yeah, because we saw people like Capone and like other people like what's it called Killer were looking for like actual weapons,
to take down
you know.
Yonko.
Exactly.
Like, I
So
would
I
love
think
if
it's gonna be
it
something
did
like
go
that.
Like if it was
Because like that's probably his plan. Like we hit her with the gas, and even if she doesn't die from it, she's gonna be so weak that you just run up in there and bang.
Yep,
It's
shoot
over.
right eye.
You know?
I would laugh up Capone like if Oda's super troll. This will not happen. But if Oda's just like, yeah, like you know, he gets like big like panel where like Oda's saying his plan is like we're gonna walk up on her and shoot her. Like the end. That's it. That's the whole plan. I've been thinking about it for years.
But you always listen to what she say.
And this,
I know what song he's singing. Don't kill me.
What song is he singing?
Don't worry. Next day coming
I'm
soon.
singing.
Yo.
Kevin.
So,
I'm late to the party, but I'm here.
so you don't think it's gonna?
Kevin, what do you think of the
So you
chapter?
think it's gonna be like a?
Like, Kevin, what do you think of the chapter?
Overall,
Yeah.
well, just like any specific things as well.
a little trolly, but I liked it.
So
Okay, right to
anything else?
the
Like, it's all right. I
Anything
expected
stand
a
out?
little bit more, like a little bit more information, but at this point, after getting the information that we got, it's not the wedding, but like literally the next chapter, I'm gonna be disappointed.
What?
Anything else stand out?
Stand out? The power of milk.
Yeah.
I was actually committed to the fact that that was going to be like everlasting.
The tooth.
Yeah.
That they'd have to like talk to Zoro or something about it.
But nope, it's just milk.
But still, anything. Monster?
Wait, what?
Well, I'm just saying anything else, Kev.
No,
Yeah,
Such an
one
ass.
more thing in the comments. Asked me another good comment. He said, I won't be surprised if Pudding is an evil, because Oda portrayed various women as evil in the story, like Boa, Nami, Robin, Violet, and they turned out to be evil waifus.
That's my thing. There you go.
It's almost at this point that everyone wants to like kill Big Mom. I feel.
Yeah.
I mean,
But that's
how
not
is
like-
Pudding not evil though? Like,
Yeah,
essentially,
Nikki-
law.
Nikki-
Wait,
Nikki,
law-
you
law-
gotta
law- wait,
understand,
guys,
Nikki.
guys. Let me just
No,
say this.
it's kinda like this is
Listen,
something, Nikki.
Literally, law of averages. Not every fucking person who's supposed to be evil
I get it.
turns out good. You know what I mean? Like, they have to be evil eventually. Like, evil.
We're just telling you, Nikki, what to believe in. So that when it happens,
Yeah.
that you're not a crazy man.
Well, are you guys ready to believe in something that could happen next week?
What's that?
So apparently, South Central Big Dog in the chat just put in here. Again, we got a Sandman. Shout out to him for the stuff that he provides with One Piece. Apparently, the chapter is going to be coming out early next week, according to Sandman himself. And apparently, there's a rumor that the editor said the wedding is about to begin next chapter.
Hey, call that.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's
You
only
bet,
like 3.5 hours or 3 hours. And 15
Yeah,
minutes.
I would expect them to be like, "This is the plan," and the next thing we're gonna get is right into it.
I don't think we're
not
getting the
knowing
plan.
No, we're not gonna get the plan. They're
Yeah,
gonna be like,
yeah.
"We're gonna talk about it," and then it's just gonna skip right to the wedding.
And then we see the plan unfolding as it.
Exactly.
I remember when Nikki would talk about like, there not being a wedding. Why did that make sense? There's no wedding. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a possibility.
Nikki, yeah.
I never said 100%.
kind of falling in that.
I never said 100%. I never said 100%. That's the one
I
I said.
heard
There's a
99.
possibility. I didn't. No, 99.
You can send the comment. You can send the comment double like
with the addition
with
of
the
Caesar.
Oh, hey.
Oh man.
What were you thinking?
Nah, but with the addition of like Caesar, it kind of makes the plan a little bit more vivid of like how it's gonna possibly go down.
Oh, yeah, no, it's probably like.
Ooh.
What?
Sorry, he's gonna like take all the gas out of the air, right? I mean the oxygen.
It's something with. It's gonna be something with gas, most likely.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna poison
That's
some
what I'm
shit.
saying.
Like he made that poison, and it's gonna be used again or some shit. Or
Like I could see it being something that nullifies like all devil fruit abilities in there, or something like that. I don't know, like.
But that would stop him even.
I mean, like there's gonna have precautions to it, like you know what I mean.
I think it'll be all right if you do
Jesus
that.
Christ, Dove.
Yes.
Does someone have a wolf in their room?
Yeah. The fuck, Dove.
A little wolf.
I mean Zeus. Zeus is gas, not Poseidon. Zeus
Zeus got gas?
All right. I said Zeus is gas, so he should be able
Oh, okay.
to form a shield around her to protect her from whatever Caesar might be able to do.
I hope people remember.
Or would Caesar just take control?
I hope people remember that that Brook's wound to Prometheus is gonna come back later. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Nikki trying to take my theory now. I see how it is.
I know, I
Okay,
mean it's
Nikki.
kind of obvious. We
I
saw
mean,
the
it is
plaster on
Is
it.
it obvious, Nikki? We're telling you obvious stuff and you don't believe us.
Oh, okay, whatever, Mike. Just fuck yourself. Go fuck
Everyone listen
yourself.
to me. This guy's a fucking dick.
Dude, what do you not? Dude, there's no way.
No, only because like that was somebody that like after she put the band-aid on, it's kind of like okay, this is clearly gonna like come back later.
Yeah.
Especially like Brook's whole thing about the aeronaut strikes, like how like it doesn't happen right away, it happens later. Like, they don't realize it, they get cut.
But yeah, guys. I mean, since we got pretty much most of the chapter completed, if not all of the chapter, what do you guys rate it? Like each person. So, Captain DJK, what do you want to say about the chapter?
I would give it. I want to say like a 9.5 maybe. Only because bro, the theory was a huge thing for me because there's like more evidence. But the 0.5 only because like I did want to see a little bit more about it, like the backstory specifically about Big Mom, why she hates giants. But I'm sure we'll get it. So I would say it's a fucking. It's one of the best chapters in a long time for me, at least.
Okay.
Because like of the reveal.
All right. Well, you Den.
I'd say like an 8 or 9. The biggest thing I would have to say the fact that it was literally confirmed that Elbaf is the strongest island. Because like, dude, just Usopp the best. I don't know what to say anymore.
Next, I want to go next.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve-O, what do you have to say about the chapter?
All right, I give it an 8. I give it an 8 because we got some progression. We got the world building, which you know I'm a big fan of. I love that.
Mhm.
What I'm not happy about is that we still didn't get Capone's plan, and that it seemed like there were like 2 or 3 pages that shouldn't have been pages. I think they could have been condensed into a panel. I think we could have got more content in this chapter. So that's why I give it an 8.
You talk about the Nami fan service.
Oh man, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about the
I was
fact
gonna say Steve was all about the fan
like
service.
Caesar.
Because if anything, I would have given it 10 out of 10. But
I was thinking about the Caesar thing and that first page. That's what I was thinking about. But yeah, that too.
No, the Caesar thing was necessary, bro.
I like looked at that and I was like, is that Caesar? And then
Dude,
need to
let's be honest. If we didn't get that confirmation, people would actually be like, "That's clear, not Caesar."
No. I'm not talking about the confirmation. I'm saying like we didn't
hold up.
2 or 3 whole pages for that.
I literally just thought right now the first page. If you remember those people that were providing like stuff into the cake or whatever, right? What if the possibility that whatever ingredients are in there, right? Let's say like the whole castle thing, whatever, right? That there's gonna be people actually inside of like the main cake, like the cake that's gonna be served at the wedding.
Probably.
And like all like the assassins or whatever are inside the wedding cake itself. And it's like say it's like shaped like a castle style, whatever. Like that's how they pop out. Am I reaching or?
Nah, dude,
that'd be pretty cool.
Honestly, when we
Yeah, it could
first heard
happen.
about cake, I literally thought we were gonna get something crazy, which I would love because Red Wedding, like Hattori, the pigeon, Lucci, coming out with Lucci. That would have been sick, but like I doubt it's gonna happen. But no, I think someone could come with cake. It's probably gonna be Nami, like stripper style.
That would be amazing. But 44, what do you have to say about the chapter?
I found a nice build-up chapter, but I mean, I like Capone's attitude. You know? He's like, you got to be nice and clean if you want to talk to me. And he's like,
he's my boss.
Yeah, I feel like the fact that we got like Capone's introduction to this arc and stuff, and just like we've seen more of him, I feel like I'm enjoying this arc a lot more with his like him being a part of it. It just gives like a different little atmosphere to it. Because we're going with the happy-go-lucky stuff going on the island. He just brings out this like other side, like like the gang style and everything. Like he just like it just gives it like that, I guess, like the little edge, So it's not all like fun and dandy the way it's kind of being perceived.
Was
suits now?
Was Pekoms even on the island or was he elsewhere?
No, he's on the island.
Yeah, but on a different section of the island.
Yeah.
I thought he was elsewhere first. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, 44. You want to finish up or?
Yeah, just that those suits, Pedro. Wow, Pedro was really good in that suit, and everyone has the suit now, so they're gonna go mob style and Big Mom.
They are.
Pedro in the chopper suit.
I want fucking Capone or Luffy to be like, say hello to my little friend. Tap me gun. Honestly, Frank for this arc, I feel like Frank, you with the mafia style would be the best.
Yeah.
I hope Chopper does something super funny.
Dude, he's gonna be doing his classic when he's trying to hide, and he's gonna like do it right before they sneak in or something.
Yeah.
What if Capone uses Luffy as a gun?
Wait, what? Oh, he uses Luffy as a gun. I'm waiting for the double tank man, like Luffy tank man, and then literally Capone going in a tank, like an actual full-on tank or something. Since we saw the treads, his castles don't normally have treads unless I'm super fucking crazy.
No.
So I feel like he's gonna have some kind of crazy thing.
Well, they call him the Ironclad Fortress, like a reference, mentioned with him. So like he might have some crazy shit like that. Let's see, Maras. What about you, man? What do you have to say about the chapter?
I think I will give it an 8.5.
Okay.
Like it's a good build up to what we're gonna get, but I understand the point that they say like okay, like Oda said, was doing not to telling the whole story right now. Well, a lot of people were expecting it, but it would be too easy to already unveil the whole story. And what DJK as well said, I think we're not even gonna see the whole story and plan. We're just gonna witness it as how it goes on the wedding cake itself.
Yeah, that's best.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's Maras.
It's the Brook.
The Brook of Wisdom. Hello, Nikki. How about you, man? What do you rate it?
I rated it an 8 out of 10. I think it was quite a good chapter. I don't know. I liked the chapter before a lot more because the whole reveal of Capone alliance was quite crazy to me. But I do think it's a good build-up chapter, like everyone said. But there's something wrong with Pedro, man. That suit fits too well. There's something sketchy about that guy. a white suit that fits you perfectly? I don't think so. There's something weird about it. Everyone was wearing black suits. He's wearing white suit. I'm just saying. Something off about Pedro, man.
Tell them how how Jinbei's gonna die, please.
I don't know, Nikki. I think you're reaching.
Yeah.
And Jinbei, wait, and I'll say this again. Jinbei will die in this arc.
Okay,
Facts.
I can tell you that's not gonna happen.
Ish.
Yeah.
Okay, when it happens, guys, I want to be called Lord.
It's not gonna happen. That's the whole
Lord.
thing.
No, I'll
Nikki.
accept these terms, and if you're wrong,
Okay,
you will
thank
call
you.
me.
Lord of
Let's see,
Elves.
which-
Alright.
Actually, no, you should change your name. That'd be better.
Nope, that's not happening. But thank you, Kevin. But yeah, I thought it was quite it was a good chapter. Like the last two chapters have been really good. So I'm happy with it. And 8 out of 10, yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll finish it off. I mean, like I rate this one definitely a 9 out of 10. And I guess like the only minor grips I had with it were pretty much like, you know, the whole thing with Luffy regaining his tooth, because like it makes a lot of sense for Brook, you know, to reheal the bones, going back to like Thriller Bark and stuff, you know, when he was able to like fix the cracks and stuff on him. I just feel like it really would have been nice to see Luffy without the tooth, just to kind of like give like a different like, you know, atmosphere with them without it. So he actually looks like a legit pirate, like a missing tooth and everything. And the last part, I mean, like, it's weird. Like I go and look at like, you know, the fan service stuff, all was amazing as it was and stuff. I think like they could have like shortened that down just a little bit along those lines. So like I don't know. I would say like those are the only minor gripes. But the fact that we finally got to the hideout itself, the fact that we were also getting to see, you know, how Pekoms is, because we haven't seen him in like ages as well, and they kind of like see the little information with the whole boxes and stuff being sneaked in. So you a lot of theory crafting you can do on that. The fact that we also got to know a little bit of information and foresight to something that we're probably not going to see for a while, but at least we got some info with Elbaf. The fact that we have the strongest country in the world, which is pretty goddamn amazing to find out. Because I think for many years now, people kind of like underestimated the Giants or kind of like, you know, kept them in low regard. But after this chapter, like the Giants are number one, you know? So, and like the fact that now, like, you know, we have a time and date, like the time now has been set, 3 hours, 20 minutes left until the wedding. And I really do, like, I really hope that the next chapter we get the wedding itself. So yeah, definitely 9 out of 10. Great setup, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week.
Next.
I want to hear Nikki say he loves Usopp.
That would be nice.
No. I want to hear.
Never say that.
I want to hear
until Elbaf. There you go.
No, because you won't.
I'll throw you a bone.
Nikki, if
I'll
you
throw
say
you
you're
a
not going
bone.
to say it till Elbaf, that means you didn't love Usopp because you're not even a fan.
Dove, don't start that.
If Sanji doesn't get a big W, you must change that Sanji pick to an Usopp pick.
Yeah.
Nope.
I want to
Sorry,
hear
man.
Nikki say I like Jinbei.
See, you don't even think Sanji's going to get a big W.
What's
Look at you.
what's 44 saying? I'm trying to listen to 44 now, guys. What's he saying?
Of course,
telling you to take the L, man.
Correct. Yep, take the L.
What? I want to hear you guys. Go on 44.
I want to hear you say that you like Jinbei.
Yeah.
I love Jinbei. I'm sorry. It just seems a logical thing to me. I'm just saying. It looks like it's gonna happen.
I hope Nikki doesn't love us guys. I'm not trying to.
Intention.
Jinbei's my guy, but I'm just saying, man. Look, out of all the characters that would make the most impact dying and is the most likely to is Jinbei. That's just all I see in this arc. That's what I'm saying.
Nikki, impact would be
Nikki,
that would be the biggest impact.
you're saying that all the characters are wearing black and only one person is wearing white. You, as a director who's trying to get the director as a movie, should know that every person who's got a white suit got killed first.
Moraz spitting wisdom.
But the flip stuff. He never does the same thing, so he might be the guy wearing white is the one that should not be trusted first.
Nikki.
Why? All right.
Stretching.
I think
Shinobis out here.
I think we kind of need, you know, the captains to go in on Elbaf discussion. It's kind of, you know, get the gospel out for Nikki since he's been missing the Sunday classes.
I'm mad.
I feel like we talked about it. We already talked about it.
No, I want to
if you
talk
don't
about
believe,
it though. No, we're
I'm
talking
just
about
saying that if you don't believe at this point, like you're not.
Oh yeah,
going to.
we'll tell Nikki what's going on. But
Usopp is gonna have an arc in Elbaf. Yes, I agree, but
you
that's
don't
what I'm-
agree.
yeah.
Nikki.
When did I say I don't
Becomes
agree
the
about
bravest
that?
man.
Oh yeah, Kevin, because I don't think you're here yet. So so the chapter, right? Loki, how he's going to be the strongest giant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Usopp's going to have to fight 1v1 the strongest giant, right?
Yeah.
So, Usopp over Sanji?
Duh.
Oh,
Loki, everyone's trying to tell you.
Sanji's got his own perks, but it's gonna come down to it.
Usopp's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in Burning Blood, you see Usopp.
Yeah,
over.
nah.
Yep.
That's not
Until
even
I see it
fair.
happen, I won't believe it.
In Burning
Sanji's
Blood,
not afraid to
Taking
whoop
the
a
most
woman's
clicks,
ass.
still got enough.
in Burning Blood, you see Chopper above Frankie and Brook.
I mean,
It's foreshadowing.
Yeah. Do you actually doubt Chopper?
not for real. That's what I heard.
Chopper's gonna be amazing.
Haven't
Yep,
seen
Monster
reindeers.
Point. Like, come on, bro.
Seriously, it's already amazing.
Yo, Edmonds, you have
I
to believe.
understand that Elbaf is supposed to be.
I'm on your side for you, fool. Don't listen
That
to these
awakening,
haters.
that awakening that's gonna come.
Oh yeah,
Spooky.
versus thinking. So.
I understand that Elbaf is supposed to be the proverbial Usopp arc, but what I don't understand is that why Usopp has to fight the strongest giant personally.
Okay, so
Because dude, no, because he's Loki. Because he's Loki, bro, and they're tricksters. That's the whole point. Realistically, besides everything else, like if you don't want to like follow all,
Even if he wasn't named Loki, though, like, come on, dude.
no, I'm saying like I'm saying like, but like the fact that now we see that he's named Loki, it's like, dude, come on, like literally,
Wait,
I don't know what to tell
let me
you.
ask you a question. If there's a guy named Thor on the island, what do we do?
Oh my god! What the fuck?
No, Thor's Usopp.
No, Thor,
Wait, sorry,
Thor would,
someone
if
just
there's
scared
someone
me
named
that
Thor,
sneeze.
Luffy will fight him because lightning. Like that'd be.
Oh, what's it? Oh, for lightning. Yeah, I get you. But I'm
See,
saying
okay, asking me questions that right?
in lore, in the like the Vikings, the lore of the
mythology.
Vikings and stuff. Yeah, mythology. Yeah, isn't essentially Thor is rated
Thor is
higher
the
than
brother.
Loki.
Loki is not, but Loki is a brother, but he's not like the blood brother. That's the whole point.
Yeah. But yeah.
And the way that Loki eventually goes down, assuming they do something like it, would be funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Which is they basically leave him to get poisoned for the rest of his life. Which I don't it'll be exactly there, but like probably something similar.
And the fact too that Usopp's been in the gym, so who's to say by the time we get to Elbaf, he won't be lifting a 10-ton hammer. Yeah, I think it's a good point. End point right now for the stream itself.
Heal, lick his wounds.
Definitely. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, of course, if you guys enjoyed the stream, of course, make sure to like the stream and subscribe to Outer Haven if you haven't already. Probably might be doing something tomorrow, but if you want to find out what we're going to be doing, of course, go to the official Outer Haven Discord. We'll have a link to that in the description below. So stay tuned for that. So we find out all updates. What's going on with the channel. And yeah, follow our Twitter and YouTube channels. We also have that in the description below. And yeah, Elbaf hype. It's gonna be amazing.
And also, people, watch out for Pedro. There's something wrong with that guy. I'm just saying, man. That suit doesn't fit him too well.
You're
He
gonna
might
get
be part
killed.
of Capone's gang. He might
Yeah.
be part of Capone's gang. I'm being serious.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, if you're watching this after the stream. But yeah, Outer Haven about to sign off. But of course, we need an outro.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
So
What
long.
Steve said. Now finish it.
Does anybody want to get in the stream for the last 5 seconds?
Wait, what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Outer Haven.
Disperse. Dun, 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 dun,
He loves Jabba, yeah.
dun, dun,
And Usopp
dun, dun,